Hey.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Now that's a close-up. Man. No. It was almost like 3D right there.
Actually, my camera is trying to like be real creepy. Stick my whole eye in the lens. Anyways, I'm a normal person. How are you all? Welcome back to another Wednesday evening stream. I'm here with Jimmy Reyes, esteemed creator of Dragon Rage. Hello, welcome back, Jimmy.
Thank you. Yeah, welcome back to the living. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Welcome back to both the channel and to streaming in general. I mean, you've been getting back into the groove for a while, but also back to the living because you were like on your fucking deathbed for a few weeks. So I'm glad you survived.
Oh yeah, me.
You're around.
So all my backers,
That happened.
but I was, like when my backers heard about it, they were like, they were so excited for me to be, to feel better, and they were like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "Oh my God, they love me." And they're like, "No, we just want to get our book."
Yeah, that's usually how it is.
I was like, I thought you guys loved me.
No, they generally don't care about us, but that's fine because we are here to deliver books and be art machines, and I'm okay with that.
That's right. That's right. I'll be your art monkey.
Nobody made us do this. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
Well, I care. I actually am glad that you as a person are alive. So
thank you. You're so nice. Look at that.
I am. I'm good at pretending.
I know. I was like, wow, damn, she can lie straight to me. That's scary.
Yeah, it's a woman thing.
Yeah.
Deco says is very excited. That's just cool. Jimmy's drip is incredible. Ooh, Vaughn likes your style. Those are some nice glasses. I was about to say that's suave right there.
Wow, thank you. And Vaughn, dude, like I saw the picture he posted of his father, like back in the 90s, and how he's a spitting image of his father.
He looks just like him, doesn't he? Just different hair.
He looked exactly like him, and his dad had drip, dude. His dad, like, he had style. Like, he knew how to dress. I was like, wow, man.
Yep. I don't know what happened to Vaughn.
Yeah. It skips a generation, I think.
We riff on Vaughn all the time. Snarky, hello. He's bringing bogans our way. Awesome. Thank you. Hello, bogans. Hello, Bancroft Crowd. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Vincent Pops is here. What's up? Hail, Paul Taylor, Chris Stanley, Mark DeMuth, all our regulars. Thank you for being here. This is not a closeout. No. No, it is not. But Dragon Rage is going to close soon in just a few weeks. So probably sometime October-ish, maybe early October. So it's coming up. So, I figured this is a perfect time to give the book a little boost. You certainly need it. And man, the pages you've been posting, all the new work looks fantastic. And you're wrapping it up too. You're close to being done with it. I'm sure you'll tell everybody about it. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm excited for this.
Here's a humble boast. Was I started drawing the book like 6 months ago, and then had heart failure, and then I also decided that I was going to go back and redraw the entire book. So here I am drawing the entire book. Took a break to recover from heart failure, and I'm still going to fulfill on time. That's I mean, I would say it's work ethic, but I think it's just I got no life outside of this drawing table.
Yeah, I agree. I thought everybody who is like on top of their schedule is like, okay, they say the same thing. It's not work ethic. It's just they have no life. And
I got no distractions.
No kids, no friends, nothing going on except a stream once in a while. Same with me.
Yeah.
I don't have friends. I just, come online and I act like I have friends and make myself feel better and drink a lot.
I thought we were friends.
Oh, just you.
All right. Yeah. You got one.
You're my only friend.
All right.
And a couple other people, I suppose.
Yeah. I guess we do have a couple of friends, but it's a good thing that we don't all live near each other. So otherwise, we'd be going out and watching movies or making.
I know. Well, hold on. Here's the thing. With the way comic artists are, okay, there are actually a lot of comic artists in Atlanta and in the surrounding area, and none of us ever get the fuck out and meet.
Yeah,
it don't matter even if we all live in the same area because like don't leave our house.
I know.
Comic Con. Like there are people that live really like 10 minutes from me. I see once a year when I go to like a convention.
Yeah, I mean, should we tell people that in real life I'm actually your neighbor and we've never met in person?
Yeah.
We just stream and that's how we communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the house next door and I don't even know.
Yep, that happens all the time. We're not taking shots at you know, other people's business is their business.
We're not taking shots. That wasn't a shot at anybody.
I don't do that on my channel. At least not people that are my friends. Okay.
I mean, I really don't pay attention.
I take shots at crazy fucking people.
Reading
with the self-report. I self-report all the fucking time. I have issues. I have no life. But this is why y'all are getting fiendish right now. So you better be happy that I have a life.
That's why you got to back our book so we can subscribe to BetterHelp.
Yeah.
You see those ads?
Fiendish 2.5 that is launching in like probably a week, and I have to launch it before October. So
wow.
Yeah, it's coming up. I actually just finished coloring the cover. I have to tweak it a little bit.
But, I think you showed me the cover that you were coloring once.
Yeah, I haven't shown you the colors.
It was on a live stream. I think you did it on a live stream one night. I think it was like middle of the night. I couldn't sleep. I got up and I like, damn, Reenie's coloring it in the middle of the night.
I think that was something else. I'm working on like 3, 4, or 5 covers at once. No, I'm the 2.5 cover. But yeah, anyways, I have
that's the one with the red, right? Up. It has the red and the very far back. The sky's red, and then
no, this one is like yellow. You definitely haven't seen this one.
Then I haven't seen it.
No, it'll be a surprise. I'll show it later. Actually, Jake just gave me some great feedback, so I'm gonna add some like a little bit of lighting tweaks to it, and I'll call it a day. And I have some other things to do for the campaign, but then it'll be ready, it'll be going. But yeah, we got like shit launching soon, and like shit needs to be done, yo. Granda, hey, what's up, yo? Snarky says Jimmy is a creepy bastard next door. Yeah, didn't you? Now you know. You guys have actually been neighbors all along. So
yeah, it's a big secret, big reveal.
Yeah, if you hear a knock on your door in the middle of the night, it's Snarky. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Believe it. It needs NSL show. Yes. How would you not know? Is that a Fun My Comic exclusive? A lot of things will be Fun My Comic exclusive. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll launch anywhere else, but I plan on launching there first, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's feasible to launch on another platform because I don't want to do it at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know how people do that.
And like, if you want to launch a campaign by the end of the year, you have to do it now. Like, you don't want to launch November, December. So it's going to be Fun My Comic for now. That's my plan. Fiendish Rue will be next year. So yeah. But yeah.
That's awesome. This is the side story, right? About the main is it one of the main characters?
Yep. It's a side story. Actually, you can go to the website. I posted update kind of explaining what it is because people didn't really get the 2.5 thing. But once I explain it, it's pretty straightforward. It's a supplemental, and I have lots of these 0.5 chapters between the main books, and what they're either flashbacks or character explorations or side adventures within the world that aren't necessarily pivotal to the main plot, but they help you understand the main books better. So I encourage people getting them, but if you want to see the main books, that's fine. I think the 0.5 chapters will make your experience so much better. And like I'm seriously fucking proud of 0.5. Like, I was proud of chapter 2. 2.5 has a different mood. It's about how Casimir grew up and dealt with his psychological state, so to say, and his essentially survivor's guilt after being the sole survivor of the attack on his hometown. Like, what happened to him, how did he grow up, and how did he become trained as a hunter, and all the people he met on the way. And also I show how he met E-School. So yeah, I'm really excited for it, and it's like done. The inks are done. I'm coloring it, so we're really far along. You guys are gonna love it.
It's a great way, I mean, to get the audience more familiar with the character.
Yeah. Well, it's I don't want to go on too long. We can talk about Phoenix later. But we want to talk about your book too.
Oh,
but
thanks.
but yeah, especially with like Casimir, he's such a closed off character. So but yeah, I'll reveal the cover. We'll circle back and I'll show everyone that, and so you can all be amped up a little bit to that. Jake's 2.5 has a really great story that all wraps up in one book. It's a really nice read. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jake.
He's a very talented writer as well. So to get a compliment from him, that's a big thing.
He's pretty good, I guess. Not bad.
He's
all right. Yeah. Yeah. He Jake is he's the one you had to look out for, because he'll mask everything in jokes and stuff, but there's like actual substance in there. And he just like slides it in. So it's you're a sneaky one. But yeah, Jake knows what he's doing. I'm excited for Carnal the Barbarian. It's gonna be awesome. Hello, Billy. Ahoy. Hello, my friend. Cruz Comics. Hello. Von Colin kissing his own ass. All right. All right, youngins. On that note, let's what do you have pulled up here? Let's start talking about this over here.
Yeah, I thought, well, I mean, if you go to the campaign, you'll see like older artwork. If you like the art on the campaign, then I think they're going to love what I'm doing. As I said, I went back and I decided to just redraw the entire book. And the reason for that is because I mean, I am crazy, but the other thing was I've only drawn one book my entire career. People don't know I was an inker since 1992, and I never got to pencil. So my first book was Dragon Rage, first full book, and I penciled that, and I learned a lot. But this is my second time around on this my second book, and I've learned a lot. And so I went, hey man, I want to go back. Plus, when I went through that tunnel, and I went to the other side, I brought back more talent.
You went and just gouged the talent. What the fuck is wrong with my brain?
Well, I went over
talent out of all the dead artists from the Beyond.
Like,
and then
Frazella's not using this anymore.
Can you give some of that to me?
Yeah.
And you just psychically give some of that to me.
Oh yeah. I was like, I'm taking this back. No. So yes, I decided to redraw everything, but this is that one's boobs.
Look at that dragon face. There are boobs.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be boobs.
If any boobs show up on this stream, YouTube, they are man boobs. Those are not actual women, because apparently man nipples are fine. So just disclaimer out there. YouTube, if you ban me, you're being a bigot.
Yeah, YouTube. These are male nips.
Yeah.
But look at that little fennec fox and the girl.
Adorable.
On the horse.
I like that character. It's the only pink-haired character that I like in comics.
Oh yeah, a lot of people. People were like, "What's up with that SJW pink hair?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I was like, "Oh, they took that away? Don't let them take that away from us. That was punk. That was hardcore."
That's true. Yeah. I used to dye my hair all the time, and I stopped doing it because, first it was ruining my hair, but also I realized all the fucking crazy people had day glow hair. I was like, you know what? This is how animals that have poison have bright red and yellow colors in nature. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, these are warning colors on humans. So
yeah, be careful. That's SJW's.
I'm insane. Look out.
It's true. But I noticed that people that dye their hair are of a specific demographic, and they already got the word crazy attached to, crazy white girls. That's what I'm saying. They were already.
You said it.
But at least now they're putting the color on there, bright colors. We know, okay, stay away from that one. Crazy
oh my god, they ruined cool hairstyles, cool colored hair and the shaved head. I kind of like that hairstyle, but I can't do it now.
Yeah, so this is
seem like a poison fucking frog walking around in the street.
I love that.
I'll cancel you.
I know, I love that punk rock hairstyle, but man, they've just ruined it, man. Those people, people with the can't believe they took that away.
Yeah, but you know what isn't ruining punk rock? This right here.
That's right. Look at this.
Did you fix that pony?
Yeah. I enlarged it. It's not a pony anymore. It's not a Shetland pony. It's a full
Yes,
size
well
horse.
done, well done. See, we listen to feedback. Do
Yeah,
you? So for people who are like new to Dragon Rage, do you want to do a quick pitch? Let me pull up the campaign actually, so
yeah,
you can do give everyone a rundown of what the story is about for those who are new to this and might not know. Behold, here we go.
yeah. So I created Dragon Rage about 2 years ago, and I published the book back in like 2020, and it was a different concept, and I want to create something totally different. I'm not one of those that wants to do my version of Superman or Batman or Hellboy or whatever. I want to create something new. I want to put together all the inspirations and things that have inspired me. I want to put them all together and just something with new feel to it, and so I created Dragon Rage 2 years ago, and then it was about a girl who had the ability to become a dragon. And I watched the manga, I watched an anime, and found out there was a girl who could become a dragon. I was like, great. So I went back to the whole new concept. So now what it is, it's a race of humans called the Dragari, and they have the ability to capture the rage of a dragon. So they can take the dragon's essence, capture it, and the dragon dies. They take on and wield its powers as their own. So they become
Dragon's essence. It's
uh,
like in that way. Like what? This is like this.
no, not like
starts sounding weird. Like
yeah,
they have sex with dragons, Jimmy.
Yeah. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. What's that?
My mind has been corrupted.
How are they getting the dragon DNA inside them?
I mean, that's not. It is. I was gonna say it's not hard. I mean, but it would be hard.
It'd have to
if
be,
you know what I mean.
in order for it to work.
I'm so fucked up. Okay, anyway, so there is no dragon humping. It's just dragon people.
Yeah, they just take the spirit of the dragon, the dragon's rage. We'll say spirit now, I guess, instead of essence. But yeah, so they and they can wield the powers of a dragon. So they call upon that rage of the dragon, and the more rage they call upon, they use, the stronger they become, but the less human-like they are. So it comes with a risk. So you're not just OP and just like, powerful as dragon, scales and power and stuff. But
that makes sense. It reminds me of like Sorcerer Bloodlines.
Yeah.
D&D. How you could be born with. I mean, it's usually not like, oh, you banged a dragon or something, but it's just, oh, you end up with like some dragon bloodline and in your parentage, and or you could fuck a dragon. It really depends. It's up to you.
And again, there's no dragon fucking in this.
Oh, I'm disappointed. You're gonna get refunds now.
I know. Like, oh my god, there's refunds. Yeah, no, but there's a lot more going on in this. There's a lot of betrayal. There's love. There's sabotage. There's a lot of action. There's I mean, there's people battling, trying to get the crown of fire. There's a very corrupt power that's rising up, and but you don't find out who it is until later, and it's well written. It's not written by me, actually. Written by David Philpott. The dude is fantastic. He's an amazing writer.
So it's your concept and your art. You got him as a writer. Is that right?
Yeah. Dave helped me write the first one. He and I decided when we were creating the first one, he was like, well, I'm not really. I was giving him credit as a co-creator, and he's like, he felt bad because he's like, these are really your ideas, and he was just organizing them for me. So we decided, okay, well, I'll just hire him as a writer, and I brought him back as a writer, and so he felt more comfortable with just that role. So,
but that's great though. Yeah, everyone knowing their strengths, but it's a cool concept.
Yeah, thank you. And so the big news here, if you're a backer, you've gotten a newsletter where I gave a big update, and the update is that I'm changing the name because the concept of the book is so unique, so different, that once you get this book, I'm sure you'll agree with me that it's going to be like nothing else. That I decided that I'm going to come up with a very unique name.
Okay.
Because there's already, an IP out there called Dragon Age, which is still not the same thing as Dragon Rage.
I mean, I like Dragon Rage though.
Yeah, but well, I mean, I'm kind of, since I'm building more of like a world, I'm kind of broadening the name of it too, so that I can kind of it covers everything.
Mm-hmm.
Lord knows they
Okay.
still hired me as a writer.
It's a lot of people.
I didn't know you. I didn't
Well,
know.
you shouldn't. He said he's not a writer, but he would take a job. He would have done it for you. Yeah. Well, that's very kind of you to offer Lord Nemesis. Do you have a name in mind already?
Yeah, I've already been playing around with this name for a while, and so I won't reveal it, and I've let the backers know that they're gonna get a floppy with the new title on it, but they're also gonna get the name Dragon Rage on some merch that I've already printed up. So some of the merch already has Dragon Rage on it. They'll get that, and they can think of it as like when George Lucas was about to release Episode 6. It was originally titled Revenge of the Jedi, but at the last minute he changed it to Return of the Jedi because he felt that revenge was too much of a vigilante term or something. It's too aggressive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna blame you. I changed the title of my book like 2 weeks before I closed out. So.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, I changed
right.
chapter 2, and everybody's like, "Why?" Let's see when you read it. See, people who've read it, is Strangers a better title than Origins? It is, right? I mean, it's one simple thing, but it works better. So
it's so simple, but it explains so much more. It makes sense, and I think, and I'm really curious as to how like I'm saying my fans, but I feel like I mean I think I have fans, but how they're going to respond, like the fans of the IP, like how would they respond? And I think they're going to be okay with it. I think they're going to like it and go, you know.
This Lizard Chaos. There you go. That's the new title.
Damn it. I think that one's already trademarked. I don't know.
Oh man, what a bummer. Wasi V for $2. Thank you so much, Stefan. Yo, sup panel and chat. Daddy misses everyone. Well, we miss you too, Stefan. Well, I mean,
what's crazy? He actually looks like his picture
chat.
there.
He does. He came to Tampa. He looks exactly like he does it is on the stream. But that picture, what is that like weird corporate mugshot picture? What's up with that?
Yeah, it's like a grinder profile or no. I'm just
what?
Well, because
I was gonna go there. I think grinder profiles are a little less clothed than that. To be fair.
Right. Yeah. And the camera's lower.
But I wouldn't know. Maybe you do.
Yeah. I got curious a couple of times. I'm like, hey, what's this whole thing about? No,
it's not amazing.
No,
it's like it's a nice picture.
Yeah, it's a good picture. It's a good picture. And no, I've never been on Grindr, by the way, guys.
No shame. It's no shame. We're very open here.
Yeah, we don't judge.
Oh no, Dragon Grinder.
Dragon Grinder. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. You want to get grinded by the dragon?
So I assume you're not revealing the name yet?
No, not yet. Only because it trademark copyright submission. I'm still waiting on that to finalize, and then I'm gonna print it. I want to make sure that no one beats me to it or can get it. But it's pretty unique. I mean, it's a made up word, so I mean, I don't think people are gonna stumble upon it. You know.
Okay. Well, it's all if it's you have to like with names, you have to straddle the line of it's unique, but also not too unique. Like if it's just a word that's not even English, it can be hard.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like Dugenhausen or some crazy made up thing,
right?
You know. But I got inspired too by when everybody was getting their copies of Groken. You know, I was like, what's Groken? Like that kind of makes you wonder, like, what is that? And then you can't stop saying it, Groken.
Because it's simple. It's like it sounds like a character's name, and so that works.
Yeah. So I took the word dragon out of it because the story is more than just dragons. So I thought, you know, if I kept the word dragon in it, then I was like, you know, is it pigeon-toeing myself? What's the phrase? I don't know.
What? Pigeon-holing.
Oh yeah, that one.
Pigeon-hoeing. Pigeon-hoeing, pigeon-holing, same thing.
I thought it was pigeon-toeing. No, it's pigeon-hoeing. Yeah.
Get out of here. Dragonese Nuts by Jimmy Reyes. Why is this your sense of humor?
Yeah.
Jesus, okay. All right, this chat's going wild with the title suggestion. We shouldn't have they're gonna go on and on until you reveal the title. DJ Close, member for 7 months. Thank you so much, Jimmy. The faces are really well done, looking great. I agree.
Wow, thank you.
Your faces have been I think your art in general, like your proportions and everything, have been improving a lot. So let's go back to here.
Yeah.
So,
the arms are,
is there anything? Okay.
No, her arms are crossed.
I was just making careful.
Wow. Oh no, you were saying faces, so I was like, oh
that is
yeah.
a nice face.
Let me show you the other face. I'll kind of pull over the right here. Look at that. Like I've been working on them a lot.
That is a really nice face. Yeah. Well done.
The beautiful wife came over to show me her nails. She was like, "Look at my new nails."
Oh yeah, new nails are so nice.
Yeah, I had to point that out just so people are like, "Wait a minute, he said grinder earlier." Like, no, there's a woman here.
No, yes, and Anna's awesome.
Yeah, Anna's great. And I think that's how I draw faces so well. You know, Anna's my reference a lot. But here is look at this face of her underwater. You ever tried drawing expressions like making funky faces, and it's tough.
It is. I lean with a style that's not super realistic. It depends, I guess, but some expressions are, I don't know. I used to find them, like certain expressions, much harder. It's like nothing looks right. It's more about the angle of the head for me. It's like certain, like when it's top down but not completely top down and at an angle. Oh, the upshot, the jaw upshot. This is hard as fuck to draw.
Oh,
like when it's like this, and like to draw that but with lines and make it look right. That took years for me to figure out.
Yeah, I drew a couple of those in here. I finally started figuring it out now, you know, how to do that. And so I'm starting to do that a whole lot now in the book. I was like, oh, I love this new shot.
Yeah.
But I'm moving the wrong thing here.
There goes the whole hands. Stefan for $5. Thank you so much. I had to change the pic from my email because some corporate partners use it. It auto changed my YouTube picture, also totally my Grindr profile. Oh, at least you're honest about it. Like I said, no judgment.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat.
No judgment here, you know.
Yeah, that is a lovely layout and a cute, adorable little fish.
Oh, thank you.
Snuggie.
Yeah.
Hi, what's up? What's up with the problem haircut? I know you just like caught all of the wrong. You didn't. I don't think you knew either. It's just like, oh, you have like the pink-haired character. You had like the shaved head. And again, like when we were younger, this was cool. But then these crazy bitches decided to ruin like the whole punk look and dyed hair, and now it signifies insane SJWs. So
I know now it's like, you know, just I'm not letting them take it away from me, you know, for one. I mean, I like the look for the character, and I'm designing my characters based on the way that I want them to look, not what SJWs are coming in and trying to claim, and they're not taking it away from me. You know, I'm like, no, this is, you know, this is the look. And if they end up, you know, with the point where it identifies SJWs, then I'm just going to turn that character crazy. I'm going to say, oh yeah, she's a crazy character.
Oh yeah, like she's meant to be crazy. Yeah, I have these bright haired characters, but it's a whole race. Well, yeah, they have like green or blue hair, so it's like, I don't think, and it's not like pink or red. I guess the usual thing with crazy Twitter people is like, I have bright pink hair and it's shaved and talk like Ami.
They do. Oh, you know, I'll stop sharing my screen for a second. I'm gonna cover one piece. I'm gonna show you this other panel because it does show.
Okay.
It does show.
Thank you for that. Those boobs are very nice. Well done.
Oh, wait till you see this next set. I think it's gonna be like, everybody's like, oh my God, you drew the perfect boobs, and that's all they see.
Let's go back to these. Someone asked earlier, are those dragon scales on her nipples?
Yes.
Like, what are those?
No, she they're not actually dragon scales. It's like an armor that she actually put on. Part of her costume.
That's armor.
Yeah,
do they create a magical force field because it's not covering a lot?
Her armor.
Oh, wait, I want to do that. Just have armor that. Okay, you know how like
you gotta cover the important parts with the armor.
Like stupid people, people complain about like, well, yeah, that's true, but the whole like my feminist thing about women's armor in fantasy doesn't cover anything. I'm gonna put that in my book where there'll just be a woman who wears like metal nipple pasties and a cod piece, and it's like it's actually really good armor because it creates a force field. It's fucking magic, bitch. Shut up.
Yeah, it's all over the body, like Doom.
Have you heard mage armor? Hello.
Yeah. Well, this one, they manifest her when they use their dragon powers. The scales come out, and it's all over her arms. And she's strong, but I had to do something to cover her nips, and I thought dragon scales on her nips would be kind of weird.
Thank you for the censorship. Is that dick on the bottom?
What? No.
Okay. I look like a naked guy on the bottom.
Oh, I draw my characters without their costumes and clothes. I just do the figure first. So yeah, they're kind of naked, I guess. But...
Sorry, it's my dick sense.
Yeah, my dick dar's going on.
Oh fuck! I'm just digging myself a grave tonight.
So yeah, like what do you think of the facial expressions and
That's great. Yeah, I saw you posting. This is great.
Yeah, and then everybody was like, "Oh, those boobs are amazing,"
It's like he would not be looking at her face though. Let's just be real.
Yeah, totally. He'd be like, "Hey," and she's like, "My eyes are up here, bastard."
Yeah.
And then he's reaching out. It's like those. I didn't want to draw up two hands like this, because then I was like, people will make fun of it. I almost put them
they will.
Yeah,
I think if the index finger is it's a little. I think it'll be more apparent if the index finger is in view. But yeah, that face is really, really good.
Yeah, thanks.
Can't wait to see that inked.
Yeah, inks where I'm more confident and I go into town. But look at this. I told everybody that I was inspired by the tentacles in your book. So I was like, I call this the Rini shot right here.
Yes, good. Well, there's a few. There are the tentacles, and then there's also the boob over, which I have coined.
Oh, yeah.
And I encourage everyone to do as long as you credit me.
Yeah. Oh, and this is where he's not naked, but this is the shot where she's holding him up with her tentacles.
He has no junk.
Yeah, he's got no junk. And then so the other girl is running. A little
disturbing.
Yeah.
Oh no. He has nothing.
It's kind of weird.
What's happening? It's so weird. Okay.
Wait a minute. Yeah, he's a eunuch.
No, the finished ones are great. Zachary, remember for 1 month. Thank you so much. You draw tits really well, Jimmy. I'm impressed. Well, if you're impressed, you should back this book.
Yeah. There's a lot of boobs, and there's some famous. The booty's already become more famous now on the cover. So
that cover is great. Collage covers are fucking hard to do, man. I'm trying to. I really like them, but they are hard, and I think this one is done very well. I
like Drew Struzman. He's a big influence, and he always did all the movie posters for the movies back in the 80s and 90s. Oh, Struzman. Yeah. I was really inspired by that. So I thought, whenever I draw a cover, that always comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you can find a good inker.
Yeah, I hope so too, I guess. Yeah, that's how it works. Once you become a penciler, then you just forget how to ink.
I know. It's like
you compartmentalize your brain.
And you can only have one power at a time,
Yeah, exactly. It's a trade-off. It's weird that it's like you're switching like parts of your brain. It's like someday this shit's gonna fill up, and I'm just gonna it's just all gonna implode.
I think that's why I pencil all the way through to be in a penciling mode, and then I come back and I ink to separate the two,
Mm-hmm. Oh, Grada has a similar thing.
He has a what?
There's a tribe in his story that doesn't wear armor because armor is cowardly. Yeah, I've seen that in some in a Song of Ice and Fire. I have seen that before. Hi, Anna.
Oh, they heard you. Anna, you can say hello. You want to say hello?
Hi. It's you,
they can't see you back there.
I can see her. Hello. How are you?
Hi. Did my nails.
Did my nails, she says.
Baby nails.
Yeah.
Your nails are great. I would show mine, but mine need to be redone. They're all grown out and stuff.
Oh, hey.
Jimmy, you're really good at feigning interest. It's like every time you show him, there's like one of those girl things. Look at my nails, and every guy is like, "Oh wow, yeah, that's nice."
Yeah. I think we're taught that very young. Like, mom's like, say something nice about my nails. We're like, what, mom? Oh, okay, yeah, they look great.
There's definitely no nudity magic stat bonus in card. No. Oh, well, that's a bummer. No pun intended. Nudity magic stat. Depending on the class, you could actually have a higher armor score. For example, barbarians, technically in Pathfinder D&D, you have a higher armor score or armor class if you don't wear armor or wear less armor, and it's because you get like, it's like, oh, you're just like too tough to hit, or for rogues or swashbucklers get a bonus because they're supposed to be dexy and they just dodge really well. Anyways, I'm nerding out about this shit, but armor class is complicated, guys.
You've got Gary Martin in the chat right now. You know, Gary Martin. Yes, man. I bought his book to learn how to ink when I was just a wee little inking lad, and man, this guy has forgotten more about inking than I think I will ever learn. And he's super talented.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's
cool.
Incredible. But
thanks for joining us.
I do right now. I pencil real tight because I don't really ink myself. This is only my second book I've ever drawn, so I just I go real tight. I do it, and then I approach it as if I'm inking a client's work, or like, you know what I mean. Like I would be doing freelance work. I pretend it's not mine, and then I go over and I ink it. That's my process right now, which is nuts. I know.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, if that's what works for your brain, then sure. It's like, it's one of those things where as artists, I think we all realize where our hurdles are after a while, and you figure out how to get past those hangups. Like, well, what to do when you just don't feel like finishing a page, what to do when it's like you just are stuck on certain things, and it's like I've learned my tricks, you know. It's like just sometimes it's just being in the right mindset, or sometimes it's a few shots, and then I'll get through that page.
Well, you're really
sometimes
good.
It's going live, so I feel like people are watching me, so I'll actually just finish the work.
Yeah, I think when I'm live, I can just draw because I think the pressure is there, and I can just go loose and then go into inks or whatever. But I've seen you. I mean, you're pretty loose, and then you go into inks right after that, and it just looks amazing.
No, I don't think so. I pencil pretty tight, really. You might have seen my roughs. Yeah. Hey. Oh, Jake says he has 3 copies of Gary's book. Awesome.
Wow, send me one, Gary. I need a book, Gary. I lost it a long time ago.
Wait, you're like, I'm a great fan. I lost your book.
I mean, no. I mean, I don't mean like I lost it, like I misplaced it. I meant like I flipped through that thing. I took out the pages you ink over, inked on them, and
wow.
I don't have it anymore. But I put that book to good use. You know, I wore it out. And
awesome.
Yeah, so man, you know, if you had any more copies, Gary.
Well, Jake has 3, so you can have him send you one from England.
Jake, good buddy, friend of mine. We go way back, Jake.
Have you guys even streamed together?
No. I've never been in the chat.
They're best friends. Oh, Gary has a new campaign. Awesome.
Oh, is it already started? I know that he was talking about bringing that book back, but I hadn't heard anything.
I don't know. Yeah. There's so much stuff out right now. I also didn't know until right before we started that Shane's apparently doing his 30-day closeout. So, whoops.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shane's closing out.
Yep. So go back XN as well. But I have my Wednesday stream, so don't accuse me of streaming over him. Okay. I always stream on Wednesday.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's true. You stream regularly anyway.
Yeah, almost every Wednesday.
So if anything, they're streaming over you.
No, they're not. It's just closeout.
So anyway, I mean, guys, you don't want to be over there. It's a sausage fest over there.
Here they are, boobs. Look, titties. Yeah.
You got the lovely Rini up here. You got the beautiful Anna Havana in the background. I mean, you know. Yeah, you don't want to go over there and Shane's sausage fest. You know?
If there was more wine between Anna and I think we would be doing a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm literally actually I do have some wine I bought from Arkansas. Let's see. You know what? Maybe depending on how tonight goes. If we're this it's still not moving. We're still 32,400, 530 backers. If y'all don't back this, I don't know, I might have to break out that wine a bit. And because I'm in the mood, why not? I'll take a couple of drinks. If that's what it takes. So let's go. If this goes up, I will have some wine. That is my incentive for everybody in chat to go back this book right now if you haven't yet. Go.
Yeah. It'll make Rini happy. It'll make Anna back here happy. So
yeah. I actually went to a vineyard, like a legit vineyard and wine. What the fuck you call it? A brewery?
A vineyard.
A brewery is like a beer place, right? So whatever the fuck is same for a vineyard, yeah.
You said vineyard. There was a big yard with a lot of vines. English, yeah.
It was great though. It had and there was little wine samplers, and I got a bottle, so I can't wait to go back. Oh my god, Arkansas was so nice.
Did you get in there barefoot and squish the grapes with your toes and all that?
Yeah. If I say I did, that would be just probably I don't know, that would be gross. Would that sell more bottles of wine or less? If I'm I stomped on this with my bare
somebody's in there
feet.
stomping on it with their bare feet. I mean, I think that's
not
how they do it.
I don't think they do it that way. They use machines.
Are you sure? I think the rare. Because the older, the more aged the wine, the more expensive and more sought after. So it was done the old way with stinky feet.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what gives it the flavor.
Well, I am not a foot person, but listen, if you are, good for you.
I like feet.
I forgot to pin the link again. I will do so now. There you go. I'll pin Alex VRBs. Thank you very much. Oh, and Maromi posted a link to Gary's book. Thank you very much, Maromi. Oh. Everybody go check that out.
Dude, I'm getting that. Come on, guys. Back my book so I can go back Gary's book.
This is a great promo stream. Well done.
Yeah.
You're telling people to back other books.
I know.
Granda says those folds in the fabrics look great.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thanks, man.
I think... Oh, go ahead.
No, I just... My clothes have a lot of wrinkles on them, so I'm very experienced with folds and wrinkles.
Okay.
I don't iron.
Well, me neither. I'm glad we're equally messy. Yeah. I think you've always been really good at detail, because I actually backed the first Dragon Rage book. I have it somewhere buried in my piles of crap.
Oh, thank you for calling it crap. I got a compliment and an insult at the same time.
My messy pile of books that I have.
You're a great promoter. I backed your book, by the way. It's with a bunch of crap. It's in my pile of crap.
All right, Jimmy's getting kicked. This is over. No, I got it because I remember that cover. It looked so cool. It's just your the white hair, that guy with the green
Drago.
R,
his name is Drago.
with this fiery background. It was really cool.
Yeah, I like the sound effect. That was great in there.
Right, that's exactly what it sounded like. But I noticed that I think you've always been good at detail, but your proportions and anatomy have been improving. That's the main thing I see.
Yeah, I've really focused on proportions, anatomy, and facial expressions and stuff.
Faces too, yeah.
Yeah. I think I've gotten a lot better at it.
My second favorite manga is Vineland Saga. Listen. English is technically my third language.
Oh,
I know that's not an excuse, but
speaking of
technically.
Speaking of influences of manga, outside influences, and I know the Vineyard Sagas is yours, but
Vineyard. Okay.
Have you seen this guy? You know who this guy is. You know that one. Katsuya, is it Tarada?
Oh, Katsuya Tarada. Yeah. Oh my god,
Dude.
I haven't seen his stuff for a while.
I got this book, man. I was so excited. Let me see if I find a full. If you guys don't know who he is, if you guys like Final Fantasy, play Final Fantasy and all that, he did all the Oh, not that page, because that one had a little bit of naughty. But here's one that's a little better.
Thank you for not destroying my channel. That's almost naughty.
Yeah, it's almost naughty, but she actually has a part of her suit. It's not exposed nipple or anything. Mm-hmm. You heard me, YouTube.
Yes,
it's not nipples.
There was no female nipple YouTube. You goddamn prudes.
Oh no, man.
I'll never live this down. I know. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's awesome. Man, now I want to get that book. I've been on a roll of getting books. I got a few books that Vaughn has terrorized me into getting. I'm just kidding. I need to read more American comics, so I bought Daredevil and Elektra. I finally got the Robert E. Howard, like a collection of Conan stories, because I read some of the comics but never the books. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to actually read the books. I'm going to read it that's my reading for my 16-hour flight next time I go back to Taiwan.
Wow.
Yeah, you get used to it.
16 hours, man. And what if you get stuck next to an infant or heavy-set individual for 16 hours, or both?
I'm just gonna say that of those options, the baby is the one that doesn't bother me.
Really? Even if it's a heavy-set baby next to you.
Because that's great. It's cute. No, my girly motherly instincts are. I'm not that bothered. Maybe if it's just like 24/7, I'd be really annoyed. But I don't know.
15 hours with a cranky baby.
I have sat next to unsanitary people. I'm not okay. It's unpleasant. Let's hope that's not my fate, because I will be very annoyed.
I used to work in my first job I ever had was a comic book. I got hired and I worked for Antarctic Press, and they have an office and a studio. And when you would walk in there, the earthy aroma that was in that place. This is back in the 90s, so it was like true nerds, and nobody bathed. Nobody, And, yeah, when I say nobody, I don't think I did either. I mean, we worked a lot, but no, I didn't work in. I didn't draw in the studio. I would go to the studio to deliver my artwork, turn it in, and when you'd walk in there, it hit you right away.
Oh, I've been to cons where it's like, okay, usually at conventions, especially the bigger ones, the convention space is so huge, and they crank up the AC so you don't
the bigger ones.
The bigger.
Oh, bigger English
ones.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
English. But I can't remember where, because I'm gonna call them out if I remember. But some smaller cons I went to. I think it was like Wizard World one year. I went to Wizard World Atlanta, or some other small shows. But you just walk in and you just the smell just smacks you in the face. I'm like, oh yeah, can I do this for a whole weekend?
It's like that scene in the movie Dune when they walk in and the sandstorm just poof hits them. You can just, you're like, oh yeah, I know exactly how that feels.
Yeah. So listen, I'm not here to judge people. I just don't want. I have a sensitive nose, guys.
Me too.
I really do.
I can smell everything. I mean, everything. And I'll tell you, man, I mean, if you fart even, a mile away, I'm going to know. I'm going to call you out and be like, oh, dude.
Oh, this is terrible. But yeah, it was funny. It was my flight to China where I was both stuck next to the bathroom, and the guy next to me, it wasn't just that he was a big guy. He was shaking his legs the whole time. He's one of those people that just take up space. He was sitting like this and shaking his legs and smacking my knee with his legs. And I was I think and I'm especially I was much younger. So I was trying to be nice and patient, just scooching over. Finally, I was can you please, I would like some arm space. And he move over for 5 minutes and then just did it again. It was the worst fucking experience. And also we had no water on the flight. The toilets were, it was horrible. It was my flight to China in 2012.
Wow. But if you had been in the bathroom in the stall next to him, I think that's a sign for something. I think that's a signal.
That's the one thing I never sit near the bathrooms anymore.
Wow.
It's traumatic.
It bugs me though.
It was Jake. I knew it.
Well, people that shake their legs that. My passengers, when I'm not an Uber driver, but I mean when I have family or friends in the car and somebody's shaking their leg in the car, I hate it because I can feel it. I'm like, hey, So if that dude was shaking his leg, hey man, I don't want to crash.
Well, I'm a leg shaker too, but only like when I'm working by myself. Like I'm like hyper aware of people around me. Usually it's like normal people would be a little considerate if you're sitting right next to someone. Yeah, next time. I mean, me now, I would just like, I would throw snacks at someone who bother me that much. But I was little and I was nice.
Yeah, you were like, hey.
So yeah, woo. Knock on wood. I have to deal with assholes.
Eric the Guapo says he shakes his leg when he farts.
Oh my god. Okay, I feel like this is too much gross talk. Let's move on to something nice like boobs. Let's circle back to this.
Yeah.
That's a nice box you got there, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's actually the mailer. It's the stuff that I'm going to ship your comic books in for a specific tier. If you get the Give Me Everything tier, I'm gonna ship it in that box. And then people are like, "We love that box so much. It's so pretty. Get something to protect the box." Like that. You want something to protect the mailer?
No, Jimmy, put it in. Okay, seriously, I agree with them because I have like a box for my Give Me Everything tier for Fiendish too, and I had RJ puts everything in poly bags, but the box is just a nice collector's item for them to put on the shelf. Like, yeah, it's a mailer, but because I think like most companies would use these as mailers, but because for us we have like nice art printed on it, people want to put them on shelves, so don't put your sticker directly on it, put it in a poly bag.
Well, I ordered poly bags to I thought I had them right next to me, but I ordered a really nice poly bag to put the comic books in the poly bag and then to put it in that box to protect your comics from any elements when it's being shipped. But people really like the box, and I'm like, wow. I mean,
yes, people like, and that's a nice. I mean, I think people like these collector's boxes to begin with, but yours looks really cool. That's the art and the design is really nice. So
thank you.
It's
back the book, guys, so I can buy some poly mailers.
Where'd you print this with? I like the printing on yours.
Oh, thank you. In the box, I was really impressed. It was pretty cheap.
I might find you. Yeah, I might ask you for the next one I do.
Yeah, it was pretty affordable. And when they sent me the box, dude, that box, like if you throw it across the room, you could knock somebody out with it. It's a firm
that's
box.
what I like. I like having my products double as weapons.
Yeah, this one. I thought you meant getting hit.
Important.
I thought you meant getting assaulted with a box, but
well, I don't think people mind that, depending on the type of box we're talking about.
this one is a firm box. It's real thick.
Put the box in another box, and don't make that box nice. Otherwise, you need to put the whole thing in another box.
Yeah, and then I end up with a whole Russian nesting doll. Like put that box in a box in a box in a box to protect that box.
Yeah. Yeah, what you should do, you just make a bigger box, make the art even nicer, and then people complain again, so you'll just make another one, and then you'll just have no money left after a few.
And as it is, I'm already putting in so much money in this where I've printed up so many things for free for people that I didn't even include. And like this box was just something I just thought, hey, I'm going to give back to the backers. And all right, so everybody who ordered this tier, you get yours. I'm going to do it in this box. It was just an afterthought. I just thought I'd throw it in there. And then I bought poly bags with custom poly bags. I got all this really cool stuff that I'm going to surprise a lot of the backers with. And
that happens. I did the same. Like the box for mine wasn't promised either. It was just, it's hard to resist. Cause like, listen guys, making cool, once you have your own IP, like making cool shit to go with it is fucking irresistible. It's like, really hard to just stop spending your own money and making cool shit. It's so easy nowadays. It's wild that back in the day to do what we're doing, you have to, of course, publish through a company and a publisher or a large publisher, or something more established, Image, IDW, and you have to wait until you get popular enough and they do the merchandise. But now you don't have to fucking do that. We can just do this all ourselves, and it's fucking awesome what people are doing. I have so many merch ideas. It's like, it's stuff that I'll have an idea for what to make, and I keep thinking, I can't do it. No, I can't do it. Then I'm talking to somebody, they're like, you can totally do this. Just go to this person, that person, use these materials. It's like, you can fucking make it. And I think the only the high bar is obvious what Ethan is doing, making PVC toys. But even what he's doing he's doing that based on crowdfunding. He's not going to like, he's not selling his IP to like Mattel or something. It's fucking awesome what we can do.
Yeah, it's amazing with backer support. With the fans. I mean, the fans say, "Hey, we want this," and enough of them want it. You can make it. Yeah.
Stop customizing audio. Also encourages stuff. Well, if you put it in something else, I think you'll be fine. Like something plain, like a USPS mailer. I think that'll be fine.
Well, that's why the box folds and it hides the booty, so that way nobody wants to steal it.
Yeah.
No one steals your booty.
No, if this box was on someone's Porsche, they would definitely steal it. Ethan's buying everyone McDonald's on his stream. Oh. Well, I'm dieting, so that's very nice of him, but I'm dieting.
Yeah, same here.
So I'm not there.
I've actually lost weight. We all know who Anna is. Anna's all excited. I got my abs back. I was like, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got and crazy was that's where my confidence was. Once I got my abs back, I'm like, oh shit, I'm confident now. I'm cocky now. Y'all better watch out.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. No. Like,
better watch out for Jimmy.
Yeah, don't mess with me.
I mean, it does go a long way, though. I think I've been trying to get more in shape, and it's just it feels good. I think over COVID, because I didn't go out that much, and at first I was like, oh, I'm not gaining weight, I'm doing fine, because I don't tend to overeat. I don't really eat a lot of junk food, but just like not fucking moving, and I was also not eating well. I was just not stuffing my face. Slowly, it's like, oh, one day I stepped on the scale and how did I gain like 10 pounds? That's not good. So
wow,
it happens. Yeah. It was not good. I was very upset, but I have been losing it. So
that's what happened to me during the whole quarantine thing. All I did was just eat and watch, binge movies, and I gained a lot of weight.
It's fucking horrible because I figured I always sit at home anyways, but it's more that everything is locked down. So I have no need at all to go out. So I don't feel self-conscious. I'm never in front of people. Like, because I do really like looking good. So even if I'm like running errands, I'm like, okay, I have to like put on matching clothes so I don't look like a fucking
who are you matching with?
It's like my clothes match myself. I don't have anyone to match with. Everybody knows I'm a lonesome spinster. Okay. That hasn't changed, everyone.
You and the cat, same outfit, same sweater.
Me and my non-existent cat, exactly. Yeah. But no, it was not good. It's not good. All these lockdowns are not good for everybody. No. So I'm glad people are getting in shape. So many people have been working out and getting in shape around CG. It's good to see.
Yeah, well, except for those on Ethan's stream right now, it sounds like they're all
Ethan and John have been losing weight. Oh no! Well, they were dieting for a while.
Well, someone said they're getting McDonald's right now, so that's
tisk. Bad. You should be healthy.
They're like they should change their phrase from instead of "Would you like fries with that?" They should be like, "Would you like insulin with that?"
No. We're gonna shame them into being healthy. Be healthy, everybody. Don't eat McDonald's. Bad. PVC was in a toxic. Oh yeah, some crazy person was bitching about the PVC.
I saw that. I read that on there where they were like, it basically turns children's hormones or something, makes them soy, and I'm like, they're so upset. They're like, yeah, leave that for the medical clinic, to mutilate the children, But I mean, there's clinics out there that are talking, and parents that are wanting to inject all these hormones and stuff in their kids and hormone blockers and stuff, and you know what I mean, the change their boy to girl, kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't understand. Our era is gonna be looked back on with horror.
Yeah, people go crazy about the wrong things is what I'm trying to say. That's my point, guys. I just lost my train of thought there, but no, it's going crazy over the wrong stuff, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those subjects where there's just so much wrong right now. It's hard to talk about it sometimes. It's like clearly our society is fucked up, and it's sad to see a lot of people I used to know that were cool kind of just descend into insanity. And it sucks. It sucks. And you know what sucks is it's not that I disagree with them, it's that I can't talk to them about it. It's that it's almost like I'm arguing religion with someone, because I'm fine with disagreeing with people. And what's sad is I think now people's social views and whatever have become this religious thing they hold on to, like my tribe or your tribe. And I see people that are legit talented throwing that away because of their ideology. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Where it's like they're so focused on activism, or they're so depressed because they're constantly stressed about the world, and they're being told that everything is horrible, and they're on Twitter and Facebook all day, and it's destroying their mental health. And they're great artists I used to know from college where they're not producing anything anymore. That's the worst part, man.
Well, I think we've always had the same number of crazy people, but it seems like more because now, you know, they can get on social media and just get in front of you now, you know. And I think we're like, oh my God, the world's going crazy. No, it's the same number of crazy people. They just now have, you know, a megaphone now, and they're just, you know, they're linked in with us. We're all connected, you know.
I think we've always had, well, I agree that there's always been the same amount of crazy people. I don't know about like crazy people. I think the way I would put it is, sorry, my nose is running, is the same amount of fanatic people, like the really, because there's a difference between people that are like, they're followers, or they're just like kind of light believers, and they're not the assholes, what we call SJWs, that actually attack people. There's a difference between like that, people that just believe and follow, and the crazy people, the fanatics. But what I think, the larger population of sort of people that are like falling into this, what we're talking about, like all these crazy ideologies and all this weird modern social stuff, it's mostly people who are susceptible. So there's always people in society that are susceptible to these things, because that's just how humans work. Human societies need a large percentage of people that are willing to just follow the crowd, and they care about being seen as, this is approved by my peers. And if you have everybody as like a staunch individualist, then generally that wouldn't work. And this in America, we have this framework of, we encourage individualism, but for various reasons I feel like that's been kind of torn down, and a lot of people want to feel like they belong. And especially if they're raised in this environment of, this is the only right moral way, then they don't know any better, and they think that even considering, like, it's gone to the point where some people that are really extreme, most from my point of view, extreme left, and I'm not talking about normal left people, I'm talking about like the extreme ones, if they hear they'll hear someone from even the center, or someone like me say an opposing point, and they hear like 5 more things, they'll jump like 5 leaps and just think that, oh, what you said was like the most hateful thing ever, even though, no, I was just saying, hey, things like, I think men and women are different. And then they hear you want genocide. Everybody here knows what I mean. So it's more, there's a susceptibility. And I think the reason we got here and it's so much worse now is because of the teardown of tradition. There's been a slow teardown of tradition, and I'm not huge. I hadn't been huge on tradition all my life, but now it's like more and more, it's so obvious the value of it because it's gone. And I think that's the difference between Asia and America, and coming from 2 different societies, I can see that very clearly, because this wouldn't happen in Asia. If you wanted to have this to happen in Asia, then you'd have to spend generations like tearing down a social structure. But here, the idea of being proud as an American, or our cultural narratives and our confidence as a people, has been slowly torn down. And on top of all the things like family structure, which is so important, and having good parents that are both there for you. So all these things kind of stack up, and they eventually create the world we're in now.
I think too is people have trouble communicating. You know, there's that lack of communication skills. So some people don't know how to communicate. When they come in, they just, you know, it's so difficult to just carry, you know, dialogue with them, you know. especially when they can't listen to an opposing side, an opposing view. They just completely shut down. Like, oh my God, you cannot think different than me. There cannot be another world other than my own, And I think that's when we run into issues,
Vaughn said Jim universities indoctrinating me. Well, Vaughn had a really bad experience with university. He went to like the most insane commie university ever. It completely shocks me because
wow.
I don't like to make a big deal out of it. If it's I spent a lot of time doubting, are things really that bad? Because I don't like to be a reactionary, and I like to take things nice and calmly. But like fucking hearing from people like Vaughn and then seeing shit online, and you go on some Reddit threads and you go on some like TikTok channels, and it really is that bad. Oh my God, young people now are fucked up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm worried. It'll be fine. We're just gonna, go downhill. We're going to just like have a real shit time, and then we'll just have like World War III, and then we'll eventually survive and come out on the other end, and it'll just be apocalyptic universe. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Apocalyptic, just like The Last of Us or something,
Mm-hmm. Snarky, what did I just say? What are you talking about? Did I not make sense? That happens a lot.
Like, oh dear God, what did you just say?
That happens a lot. I often don't make sense.
And two,
these are important. Yeah.
I think a lot of us here, we still have like old traditions, family traditions, and family values. That's really has helped us. I think the older generations.
Yeah, really I think. I think it doesn't matter what religion it is or what specific kind of family values. I think as long as you have family values and you have your traditions, that's important.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, hey, be respectful, or I'm gonna take the switch.
Fucking discipline.
Yeah.
That's something that, that's all that is important. But what can you do about it though, other than just we can fight anti-meritocracy by making good entertainment, and when we have kids, we can raise them right. That's all we can do.
You can escape into the world of Dragon Rage, guys. There's no SJWs in there.
But there are butts and there are boobs, and that's why you want to back this right now. Cam, hello!
And dragons, and dragon butts, and dragon boobs. So you get it all.
And dragon boobs. Let's take a look at the rest of this. Look at that. Is this inked yet? Do you have this done?
Oh yeah, that one's inked and colored, but that's going to be printed like that.
Oh, awesome. Is this a grayscale version?
That's just the pencils in the raw.
Okay, those are great pencils.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it's going to be printed. It's RGB right now, but it'll be CMYK because there's a color file, color on the cover. But yeah, it'll just show Dave's work without Sans Jimmy's inks. Dave, I think he having somebody like Dave Finch come in and draw my character, he really set the tone for the book, and he upped the bar, and that made me go, oh man, I don't want people to open the book and then go, what's this in the inside? Because I hate that myself. When I go to the comic store, there's a great cover, and you open it up, and you're like, God. No. Oh, what in the world?
Yeah, I hate that. What? Okay, I wasn't going to go there, but yeah, when the art on the cover doesn't match the quality of the interiors, look at that though. That's something that, like the fucking veins on the neck. That is hard as shit to do with veins on muscles and veins on animals and stuff.
That girthy
really
neck is
hard
very veiny.
Veiny, girthy, a very vascular dragon neck.
Very vascular.
I feel like Jimmy is hinting at something here.
Dragon's got good circulation.
It is about people taking in the essence of dragons after all, everybody. So you don't know what'll actually happen. Maybe he hasn't shown everything.
Yeah. And so Super Mega Punch says, David Finch, wait, he's one of my favorite artists. And you got to back that tier, man. You got to get it. That's the limited cover. So, and it would be the least printed David Finch cover. It'd be the most rare David Finch cover, out there on the market. So David Finch fans.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was gonna ask how limited is it?
So far, I think 50 people have backed that specific tier.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a really tiny print run. I think I may end up printing like 100, go a little over for conventions and stuff, but I'm not gonna go over very much because I mean I've it's a small campaign, so I can't go too far over. But it's gonna be a very rare cover.
Yeah. So it's only available with the Give Me Everything?
Yes, it's in the Give Me Everything Plus. It's the only way to get it, and you get the box. And you get the box that all your friends are going to want to steal from you when they come over. You get to find out. Yeah. You invite all your friends over. You show them that box, and then if it's missing, you know who your true friend was. You're like, these guys weren't my true friends. They stole my box.
Yep. And you need to put a tracker on it and
exactly.
Stalk your friends and go on a journey of vengeance to get your box back. Paul Taylor says, sounds like Greens of Daily Killing Back. I do. Yeah. Who the fuck isn't? His art is fucking fantastic. Hello.
Oh yeah, man.
I wish draw like him.
Dude, Dokion, he keeps complimenting my work, and I'm like, dude, you making my head bigger.
I know, it's one of those things where it's like whatever. So like Dale or like one of the old masters say anything, and like,
oh my god, you called Dale an old master.
But he is. It's not an insult.
He's like 60 years old now.
He is.
And he's a master. He's awesome.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not a spring chicken, but I'm in my 30s. So.
Oh yeah, spring chicken.
It's a compliment, and like when when Mike Barron says Phaedra 2 was good, I was just like, thank you, but I was like just dying inside because it's like holy shit. Now I have to not be full of myself because that means a lot.
Oh yeah.
Starkey wants to just buy the box.
Oh.
I'm sure you can arrange something.
Yeah. What you do is you back that tier, and then when it arrives, you just throw everything from the inside out of it, and then there you go. You just bought the box.
Yeah, the box costs $180 right there. Yeah. It's easy. You can get just the box.
Yeah. Simple. Solution solved right there.
I'm trying to not make this weird consider zero, but it's hard. Yeah, I'm actually 74. There you go.
Asian. You know how that DNA works, man. I mean, Asian don't crack.
Yep. No, Asian don't raisin.
Asian don't raisin.
It's black that don't crack.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Black don't crack, Asian don't raisin. Is there one for Latinos? Enlighten us.
Oh man,
because Latinos age pretty good too, Jimmy.
I think so. I think Latino. What would rhyme with O? What's got O in the end of it? Latino. No, I don't know. I can't think of. I'm usually pretty witty, but usually quick on my feet.
I was like running through my minimal Spanish vocabulary. I couldn't think of anything.
Latino, there be no wrinkles.
What?
I don't know.
It's Asian don't raisin, yeah. Latino don't Agino? Agino. Oh. How do you say age? Because in Spanish you don't say, you just say you have 20 years or you have 30 years. Los Latinos son finos. Thank you, Greta. Los Latinos son finos. He's actually Colombian, so.
Yeah. Oh, he did it in Spanish. I was trying to think of it in English, but
no,
in English.
We're learning Spanish here, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to class.
Must learn Spanish with me. Let's start. I'm gonna start a video series of Duolingo Spanish with Irene.
Yeah.
And there'll be absolutely no learning going on.
Starting with the naughty words.
Yep. Envejecer? I don't know what that means, but hope I didn't just say a dirty word. Anyways, let's look at the rest of this campaign, shall we?
Yeah.
There's
the group shot right there, everybody. That's the class photo.
Class photo. All right. Yeah. Another collage. I like it. Oh, this is the last cover, right?
This is another Dave Finch cover because people kept bitching at me like, why are you putting the Dave Finch cover behind a paywall? Because this is a business. I'm trying to make money.
It's the fucking Dave Finch cover.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
So I'm like, all right.
It would be nice to have it solo, though.
So I was like, here it is, solo. You can back.
There you go. You have
$25.
So you spent more money, got just one thing. Okay, that one looks really good as well.
Yeah,
I love the coloring too, like all the fire, the ember flames. That's great.
Yeah, Andrew Doss, man, dude's amazing. I've got another. I'm very fortunate enough to have a friend that's a celebrity, and he's got millions and millions of fans, and he draws too, and he called me up the other day and said, hey, I drew a cover for your book, and he sent me a cover. So I've got this cover, so maybe issue 2. I'm thinking I'm gonna reveal who the celebrity is. That friend of mine.
Oh my gosh, I actually don't know either. I insist on
somebody said Ethan Van Sciver
giving me in the information in the background.
I'm like, no, a real celebrity.
What?
An actual celebrity.
No, Ethan's a celebrity.
Well, he's my celebrity to me, but I mean to like millions of people. This person like got millions and millions of fans. So
Ethan is pretty famous. I was watching someone else.
He is. He's actually.
I was watching like Little Platoon or somebody or one of the or sometimes I'll watch other channels and they start bringing up people in CG or like Ripa, and I'm always like, oh right, people know these people.
Oh
Ethan
yeah.
and Eric are actually famous.
Yeah,
I always forget.
People, yeah, these guys, really, they really are. They really have a big fan base. But I'm talking like what I consider.
Yeah, well, you
like a celebrity.
You mentioned this is someone who generally has a huge YouTube channel, but
bigger than comic books. They're known outside of comics. They're like millions and millions of fans. I mean, I'm talking like millions and millions of fans.
Well, you'll have to get on their channel because it's one thing to get a cover from them. You need to actually.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, they don't live stream, so it's like, how do I get, like, but talking to my friend, they're willing to tweet it out and stuff like that, share it on social media. So
yeah, or depending on their content, it depends. Like if they do drawing streams, it could be like, I'm drawing something from Dragon Rage, or guest Jimmy draws something from Dragon Rage. By the way, I did a cover, back the book. Like there are ways to do this. So
yeah,
I'm really excited to see that.
Because if I got 1% of his fans, I mean, that would be 250,000, like backers. You know what I mean?
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, you're close. You guys are close. Like I'm talking pretty famous. Yeah.
Who is ultra famous on YouTube but draws? The only really huge channel, there's like Proco who does like drawing tutorials. There's Ross Draws.
I like Ross Draws. I don't know him, but
yeah, I don't know him either, nice. But I like him.
No, I'm talking bigger.
I forgot his name. He's like
25 times bigger than their channels.
Jimmy got a PewDiePie cover.
Close, very close. Yeah, it might be.
Ninja's not on YouTube.
Maybe it's PewDiePie. You never know, guys. You never know.
This is what's gonna fucking kill me. I'm gonna keep on just rambling off names until I figure it the fuck out. Who has a really big YouTube channel and draws?
And so, can you imagine like what that could do for our movement? Like bring the attention to bring to the indie creators and. To everybody. I'm super excited about it. I'm very grateful too. And it wasn't like, I mean, I didn't ask for the favor. I'm so grateful for it. But this person reached out and said, hey, I'm gonna do it for you. Ooh, damn, look at that guess. I won't say yes or no, but what a guess. What a guess, buddy.
Oh, so it is like I agree with that. So just stop being secretive about it. You're trying to sell a book. Just fucking tell people.
Well, I can't yet. I mean, I can't yet, but
okay, like they don't want you to say
yeah, so it's close, it's very close, but it's gonna be a big thing. I think it's gonna be real big for everybody here, and for all of us. And...
Someone said under Biden.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Damn it! You revealed it. I know. I'm like, what? it's Hillary Clinton, guys.
It's Alex Jones, you guys. Alex Jones is actually like an amazing artist. Jimmy got a cover for him. That'd be funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like when you meet, that's why I think you should always be humble, like and nice to everybody. Because when you meet somebody, you don't really know who they are or where they're headed. It's true. Like I met somebody when they were just starting out. Nobody knew who this person was, and then like 20 years later, bam, this like person's huge, and we stayed in touch. We're friends.
Oh yeah. That's my main motivation for becoming successful, because I remember all the bitches who fuck with me, and someday I'm gonna be on top and I'll gloat about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why people, people should always be nice and be considerate to people as the best that you can. But
that's true. It's also just like the decent thing to do. Just be nice.
Yeah, because when you're on top, never look. Don't treat people like garbage when you're on top, because it changes, it rotates, and then one day you're in the middle or you're on the bottom.
Exactly. You don't take anything for granted.
Yeah, definitely. Network, build bridges. But even with the little guys, because those little guys get big.
That's true. You never know.
Yeah.
Ron asks, when is 1.5 or 2.5 Phoenix campaign? In like 1.5 weeks. I think I have
2.5 in 2.5 weeks.
No, it is it's 1.5 weeks. It's chapter 2.5. I have to launch it before October, so I think I'm gonna do it next weekend. So there you go. I've been saying I'm gonna launch September, and I've been really fucking busy with a bunch of other shit. I'm getting ready for a bunch of other stuff. It's been insane, but I have to launch it. I just finished coloring the cover, or I'm about done. I have a few other things left to do for the campaign. And then I will be launching sometime next weekend. So stay tuned, guys. But in the meantime, remember to sign up through the website, phoenixcomic.com. That's the sign up. I don't have like a Indiegogo sign up this time. Just go to the website. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for signing up. A lot of people have signed up. It made me really happy. I appreciate it.
And you said Fund My Comic, right?
Yeah, it'll be launched up on. Well, Fund My Comic doesn't have like a pre-launch page.
Oh, that's right.
So that's why I'm using the website.
Use the website. Yeah, that's what I did for Dragon Rage. Was I got a mailing list, a sign-up sheet on my own website, and then I launched on Indiegogo, and I didn't get shadow banned. Oh.
You launched without a preview page, and
without a pre-launch page, and then I didn't get any shadow ban or anything. That's crazy that you say Greg Capullo. I actually am friends with somebody who's really good friends with Greg Capullo.
Really?
I'm gonna call in a favor.
Yeah,
Dave. And be like, hey, buddy, you know that good friend of yours, Mr. Capullo.
So, can y'all introduce me or something? Really?
Yeah. Well, my friend's getting ready to crowdfund a book, and he got a Greg Capullo to do a cover for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, can't ask right away. I gotta wait a little while.
Yeah, gotta time these things. I've been wanting covers from a bunch of artists I really admire forever, and I'm patiently waiting. Patiently. It'll happen. However, was to say you should do MailChimp sign up. You'll size up the shadow ban. Yeah. MailChimp signups work. I have
that's what I did.
Wix effectively has an email system built into it. That's what I use for my website. So just I was like, let me just put a email on the email sign up right on the website. The MailChimp. Yeah, exactly. Let's look at some more of this campaign. There's like 1,000,001 covers. Holy shit. And they all look so good.
I was expecting 1,000,001 backers. I wanted everybody to get their own individual covers. So no.
Wow, that's so kind of you.
No,
every single person.
No. This was the original cover that I did, and then I did the second one with the booty, and then I got the Dave Finch covers, and I thought, hey, I don't know which one I want, so I put them all in there. So I'll let the fans decide, let the backers decide.
All right.
Give them options. Yeah, so these interior pages that you see on the campaign are no longer going to be in the book. I've redrawn everything.
What?
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy, man. I
went back in and just said, I got some skill now. No, but the thing is, like, for me, this is something that I'm very proud of and I'm very passionate about. And I know that you can never create a masterpiece, but I want to give it my best, and I feel backers don't deserve, for me to go in and just rush. You know what I mean? Like, they deserve my best. So knowing that I've gotten better, I want to give the backers my best. So I decided to redraw the page.
You're like Dan Plagle, just redrawing shit. I mean, but you have time. Like you've got until November, and you're just a few pages from being done. So if you can manage it, why not?
Yeah, I've got just a few more pages to pencil, and then I go in and I ink, and inking them fast. So, but I've got the page redrawn. If you guys want to see it, the new version of how the that particular page will look, the one right before this one, that I'm sharing on screen.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no problem. So instead of making this a big splash page right there, I thought I would open up with more of an environment shot.
I do like that. Yeah.
These guys
got the butt in there too.
You gotta have the booty. Gotta have the booty. Yeah, I gotta let people know right away about this, and that's gonna be booty. No, but that way people look over and they kind of can get the feel of everything that's going on, because the environment's a character too. And I thought it'd be great, but then I got to give them that money shot still, where like in the front, kind of thing. And this was the first page that I redrew, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to redraw the whole thing. But I'm still working this page, because since I've drawn this page, I've gotten better. So I want to go back and just tweak. I don't want to get caught in that loop and that whirlwind, but I do want to go back and just like
it happens. I wanted to change things in chapter 2 after it's already printed, and my team was very unhappy with me. I'm like, fucking listen, it's just, I'm not going to change it forever. Like I'm at the point where it's like, we're always improving. That's a good thing. If I could have it my way, if I had like 60 hours every day, I would redraw chapter 1, but I'm not going to, because I need to move on to chapter 3. But listen, like the urge is there. That's just how creatives, or most creatives, are. We want, especially something that is like, this isn't like, this is a book I did and I already put it out. This is an ongoing thing, So I want to like fix. It's like, I know that some old story is going to be worse, but some things that are really bad, I want to go back and fix it.
I think like people should understand that like we live in this world of the things that we're creating. Like it's in our head, and we think about everything. We think about the environment. What kind of food do they eat? Do they ever, get stuck on a train next to somebody with body odor? Like what, like we're so in this world. Like, so as I'm building this world in my mind, in my head, I go back, oh, I want to add this, or I want to do that. So then I got to redraw. I changed something in a character, and I'm like, shoot, now I got to change it in 54 other pages.
Yep. Just so everyone, I mean, I mentioned this before, but for Fiendish 1, I redrew so much shit because I was kind of in this mindset where I was just really miserable, and I wasn't getting, I was neither getting enough money nor enough work in general, nor what I really, it was just like, I was working in publisher mainstream comics, and it was just like nothing like what I had hoped it would be. So I was like, at the beginning, I just wanted to draw my own series. I was like, I'm going to slowly work on my fantasy idea on the side, and maybe finally somebody will see that I can do more than fucking cutesy YA books. That was how it started. So I really wanted to just get something out, and I just started drawing it with like, I had a plan, but the story and the world building is so complex. It was like, I started drawing it and then things changed. I actually redrew Easkell for half of book 1 because I aged him down at the first draft until I was through to like halfway through chapter 1. He was about 15. And then there's a preview book that was published in 2019 that has him looking older. And that's like a rare book now because I only printed probably like, I think 100 copies or so. And that was for New York Comic Con. But I went back, changed all that art, and then finished the chapter. And now in the story, he's 13. And some other design things changed. So this is shit that just happens sometimes.
Yeah, I think,
and it's way better for it.
Well, it's because I think that what people should understand is like we're building this world. So I think as you go, it kind of develops. George Lucas did that. He had different versions of Star Wars. Even the name before that in Star Wars, it wasn't Skywalker. It was Star Killer. You know, it was Luke Starkiller, and it was a completely different story. And even he did that, you know. So and same thing with J.K. Rowling's everybody. I'm sure even, you know, Tolkien. I'm sure he had different versions that he had before we got what was published, you know?
Well, I think with Tolkien, it started with The Hobbit, and then just slowly he just expanded from there. And it was started with The Hobbit. I think he wanted to write something for his kids, but he's an actual linguist, and he speaks like fucking 7 languages. They're all like ancient languages and shit. Like he's a legit genius. And he started building the languages, and the world grew from the languages. It's like, it's insane. Nobody else is like him, you know, seriously, one in a millennia talent. But then the story grew out of that just because he had so much life experience. And I think that's where it all kind of culminated. But the Silmarillion and the world building was his main thing. It just happened that he's also really good at character writing, and Lord of the Rings became the thing that most people latch onto.
Yeah, Herbert was really good with Dune. You know, a lot of things spun off of that. He's inspired so much in the sci-fi. Like he's changed.
Oh yeah,
sci-fi.
I didn't even realize. Before I read Dune, I didn't realize how much shit is inspired by Dune. Yeah. And then you read Dune, and you're like, I see it fucking everywhere. It's in George R. Martin. It's in fucking like Avatar had a reference to it.
George
all the
Lucas
sci-fi
took so much from
all the mind stuff. It's not just like when you see a desert and there are sandworms, or there are worms in the desert, or there are like free people beyond a wall, like in Game of Thrones. Or it's just like the whole mind thing. Like the whole, like George R. Martin in his other works, aside from Song of Ice and Fire, he writes about like group consciousness and shit. And I mean, I guess they have that in like Ender's Game as well. But how Herbert played with that in Dune, the power of the mind. And I'm sure he's not the first person, but I just feel like the way he did it influenced so many other sci-fi works.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I honestly didn't really realize it until, you know, the new Dune movie, where I just started going, wait a minute. And then I went back to the book, and I'm like, holy crap, George Lucas he took a lot, you know, from Dune, you know. It's like, wow. And then I had to go back and Google like which came first. And Dune.
Clearly. Yeah, of course, Dune definitely came first. With Lucas, though, I think Star Wars is a classic example of something that really didn't reinvent the wheel, but it just presented the wheel very well in a way that the masses could understand.
And
I'm not saying it's not good, but it didn't reinvent the wheel. It took a lot of elements that are already there and packaged it in a very entertaining way.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for Star Wars, though, then we probably wouldn't have had the Dune movie, because it was George Lucas who really brought sci-fi to, you know, to theaters and to bigger production company. Before that, they were pretty small production companies, but they weren't really taken seriously. And then he brought it in, and it became so big, so popular. I think people were like, what other properties? Oh my God, there was Dune, you know. And then they made the so-so. I mean, I don't know if I dislike the movie from the 80s version. I kind of like it.
I haven't seen that.
The original one? Yeah.
I haven't seen that, no.
It's a little different, I think, in the story. I think because of there's a lot of things they couldn't do with the limitation of special effects. So they left out a lot of things. And yeah. And somebody's saying Stanley Kubrick changed sci-fi?
Kubrick. Perhaps, yeah, Kubrick did a lot. I think I hadn't seen the older Dune movie, but Dune is one of those stories that is really hard to make into a visual medium. And I think the current movies did a pretty good job. I liked it. Sue me. A lot of people didn't like it. I liked it.
Wow, people didn't like the...
There were people that didn't like it, which is fine, but I liked that it was something different. It's just like how Blade Runner, the last Blade Runner, was something different. It was paced differently. Yes. It wasn't this whole Marvel humor. But beyond that, I feel like it wasn't like the Dune movie wasn't perfect. Mm-hmm. I think there's more to the story, of course, and there's some things that just the Chani thing annoyed the fuck out of me. Yes, I know. Why did they have to change that? I don't get it. It's like the one thing where it's like, you don't need modern politics. You don't need to put ESG stuff into Dune. The story itself is already about this whole oppression thing. Like, why do you need to change characters? Because then it doesn't work. Because then with her,
it was the
her
60s.
parentage was supposed to be, and she's supposed to look a certain way, and she's supposed to be a redhead. And there's more Ginger Saichani is supposed to be a redhead in the books, guys.
Yeah.
So that really annoyed me, but because I actually, like the books. But beyond that, it was good because I think they were trying to be authentic to the books, and that's what really matters to me in an adaptation.
Stay authentic to the source material.
Yeah.
And I also agree on Blade Runner. I've been collecting 4K movies now, and I had the choice. I at the time I was going to buy just one, Blade Runner or Blade Runner, the sequel, and I went with the sequel first. And I know people are going to go, "Oh my God, you didn't get the original." It's like I grew up with that. I've seen it a million times, and I was so excited to see the new one in 4K, in my home. And so I got that one first. But I like that movie, and I know people don't like it.
The new Blade Runner was weird. When I first watched it, I was like, I didn't like it, and then I just sat on it, and then it's like in retrospect, I slowly realized, hey, that was pretty well done. Like it was the weirdest fucking thing ever.
Yeah,
it was weird. I think it's because the character didn't really grab me. It's like it was well structured. It was interesting, but
not a Ryan Gosling fan.
No, I'm not. And also, he wasn't. He can be charismatic, but I think in that movie they just had him be like this very dry, played down. He wasn't.
Well, I think they were trying to,
and it was like annoying.
Well, they were trying to, I think they were leaning towards, where like, well, is he the son of a replicant? The first replicant to procreate. And maybe that's why his personality was a little more.
I know. I think that could have been done better, though. I think instead of just being like drab and depressed, he could have played with like a little manicness. Like, he's depressed, but he acts out a little more. Yeah. And like, it's a small critique, but I think I latch onto characters, and that's what, like, the concept was really well done, and like the visuals were great. It was the main character bored me on first watch.
And Anna in her nude scene in Blade Runner, man. I mean, she did a scene before, I think, but still, man, she's such a great actress. I mean, beautiful actress. Let's go. Hey, look at that. They got Jimmy in there.
Little Red, what's up? The less emotion Ryan Gosling shows, more emotion for Ryan Gosling. Speak for yourself.
Yeah, but, there's a lot of these movies that are being brought back again. It's like Hollywood is going back and just in this phase of it cycles around. Because there were great movies in Hollywood in the 1930s, and then we started to see them again in the 1980s being remade. And now we're starting to see the 1980 films being remade now. So, I mean, tons of movies get remade, and then I think your opinion of it is based on which one you saw first, because I mean, there's been movie after movie that has been remade. And, I think it's more of which one you saw, I think would be the one that you like. But if you go back to some of the root movie, like the first ones that came out, I'm starting to find that those were the better movies, even when they go back really far in black and white.
Yeah, it's hard to watch some of those movies because the pacing is weird, but you kind of just have to like realize people had more patience back then or something, and then you just realize, this stuff is brilliant.
Well, like the example is it the rear view window? No, the secret window, the rear room window. The one that Johnny Depp was in, he had one that was made, the secret window or something like that. But it goes back even further. It was made like in the 1940s, even before the original, and it was actually really good. Before it's gonna bug me now. I gotta Google this. What was it?
Now you're gonna have to Google it. Vaughn said he's a literally character, Rini. What is that? Are you a writer, or you mean a literary or a literal character? Is this Is this English typical or not to understand? Oh, right.
I will say,
not
his first language.
But yeah, it's not Vaughn's first language. I think I write guys pretty well.
Oh, it is Secret Window. That's the movie I'm talking about.
I did pretty good. He acted exactly as a man would act in a situation. I mean, I could see that. I'm not saying the way he acted was unrealistic. I'm saying it wasn't interesting to me.
Well, he was an orphan. He was dropped off at an orphanage. The character, Ryan Gosling's character in Blade Runner, so he didn't know who his parents were. He was, and in the orphanage he was bullied. And so I think he would have been a little more manic. I think
I'm just not a literally me. Oh, okay, all right. I guess that's why Vaughn liked it, because he felt like it was literally me. I think I just have a Ryan Gosling problem. I think if it was like fucking Henry Cavill's ass there, I would have been like, that's my favorite movie ever. I'm a simple woman. There you go. I'm not really a Ryan Gosling fan.
Oh, Tokumiyu or something. He says the 1954 film is called Rear Window. Oh, well, there and then the Secret Window. But still, my point is they're remaking movies, and like the original Wolfman is great, and they remade the Wolfman, and it was so-so. And then the last Wolfman was great again, but Hollywood's just doing that, and it's been going on though. It's what I'm saying. It's not a new thing. They've been out of ideas for quite a long time.
Oh,
they've run out of ideas. They go
dude. The amount of stuff in Hollywood that is I mean, we all know Hollywood remakes shit, but I think we're all complaining about it now just because they're remaking shit that we know are remakes. It is shocking how much stuff throughout Hollywood's history was already just remakes of. Bancroft has said that a lot of Hollywood films are French movies readapted, which I didn't know. But what I do know is a lot of them are adapted from Asian media, like how Inception, which I think is pretty good, actually. It's not a copy of, but it was clearly inspired by Paprika. And Christopher Nolan has said so. And a bunch of other stuff as well. How there's like The Departed was also an adaptation, and a lot of stuff from Korean media and Japanese animation, where I think it's weird where there's this sort of like dislike for anime because so much media in America is already inspired by it. Like these directors, they watch it and they find the good stuff and they just adapt it into something that works for the general American public. So it's always been there. Hollywood is not very fucking original, guys.
No, but we know what I do like when they bring over foreign films and they make them here in America. I like when they bring over the original creator, like Luc Besson. He did La Femme Nikita, and he brought it over, and he did the English versions. He's got a movie called Anna. He's got a movie out there. He did Lucy. He brought those over. They remade his movie and they called it Point of No Return. And it was like, nah, it just wasn't La Femme Nikita. But when you let the creator like Robert Rodriguez, he had El Mariachi, and they let him do it in a big budget, brought it over, and he called it Desperado. He remade it for the English speaking market. And it was great. It was when they keep the original creator.
The samurai movie everyone inspired by. A lot of Kurosawa. Yes, Kurosawa. A lot of
Hidden Fortress.
A lot of westerns are inspired by Kurosawa.
Hidden Fortress is, definitely the Magnificent Seven, the last what is it, the Seven Samurai or something like that?
Lion King is a ripoff of Kimba the White Lion. I actually went and watched the entirety of Kimba the White Lion just to see how similar it was. And it was interesting. It was not a one-to-one ripoff, but there was like so many similarities. It's like, okay, there's no way that the production team didn't, it's not even suspect. It's like, there's no way the production team didn't see Kimba. It's not the same story because the story of Lion King is Hamlet. It's Hamlet with animals. And The Lion King is good. The only Disney movies I liked growing up were Mulan and Lion King. But the Lion King it's like somebody watched Kimba and then somebody really liked Hamlet and they mashed them together with beautiful, mind-blowing animation. That's what it was.
You are a lucky bug.
What's a lucky bug? What?
Mulan.
Oh!
And goes, he's like, oh yeah, you are a lucky bug when they're going on the snow.
It's the only one that I like.
Asphalt.
All the other ones, all the other like fucking Disney princesses.
Dragon. Ain't no lizard. I don't do that tongue thing.
I hated Disney shit. It was just the only thing I like was, what was that? The Fantasia? I watched it over and over. Just
Dancing Elephants.
It was the mushrooms, the cute little mushroom scene. I was just like burned into my mind. I watched that. I like fucking killed that DVD watching it over and over again as a little kid. And I liked a bunch of like dinosaur movies, but mostly Miyazaki. Yeah, Disney was not my thing.
Oh, Hayao Miyazaki. Yeah, Hayao Miyazaki has great films. But I was going through puberty at the time when The Little Mermaid came out, so I loved VHS over and over.
Okay, well, I can't relate. But Tezuka made so much unique stuff, you're probably always ripping him off. Tezuka is not called the father of manga for no reason. So someone mentioned earlier that anime was inspired by Disney. That is true. Tezuka, who is just like the progenitor of all manga. Okay, everyone is inspired by Tezuka, and people only know Tezuka,
the boy Astro Boy.
Astro Boy. Okay, people only know him for Astro Boy because, again, shonen and the largest demographic of reading comics anywhere in the world are young boys. And that was his like biggest shonen thing. But Tezuka has created so much other stuff. Like, my favorite of his works are not Astro Boy. It's not saying it's bad, but like clearly I was way past that age range. It was like he has really, really mature stuff. Go read Ode to Kirihito. Go read MW. He writes, he's created these graphic novels, and they're contained like graphic novel, just one thick book that's like yay big, and they're these world-spanning mysteries. Usually he ties in something from his medical background because he was a doctor. He was like a certified doctor, and then one day he went and got a doctorate, and he's like, I don't feel like being a surgeon. I really love manga. And then he just started drawing fucking comics. So MW and Ode to Kirihito are amazing. They're like medical mysteries. And it's so human and so well done. I just can't say it. It's like the way how everyone rips off Tolkien and fantasy now is the way that Tezuka has worked for manga. And there's so much influence everywhere. And yes, Tezuka was inspired with the art style by Disney. But the actual content of his works is, it's like, there's always co-influence, right? I think especially with like Hollywood and these large corporate American entities, they just kind of like gobble in everything from all over the world, and they just like how Disney gobbles up smaller companies and then just like zombifies them. That's just how large corporations work. It's not just American as well, just some kind of like large entertainment. When entertainment becomes calcified into corporatism, that's just what happens. But there is definitely co-influence between the East and West, and I like that. I think that's great. So, and with Astro Boy, obviously that came from, he was inspired by superheroes, which is from America, and then he took that and made it his own thing. And then a lot of shonen, even before stuff like My Hero Academia, have things that are inspired by superhero stories. If you look for it, it's just merged with Japanese sensibilities.
Well, Quentin Tarantino, he's admitted, I mean, he's heavily influenced by a lot of the Asian, cinema.
He is, yeah. Yeah, he really is. But he doesn't like rip it off. He's just inspired by it. He actually has original takes, and he has his style. So there's a difference between just remaking things and being inspired. I love it when creators are inspired by, especially works from other cultures. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I think, like I think people should experience new cultures, experience new things. Like every now and then I mention there's a couple of people in CG where I mention the word manga, and they no.
It's okay. It's just, I want to address this, but I also feel like there's no point, because if people don't like manga, then they don't like manga, right? But it's, again, that's just such a fucking misnomer, because I think that especially around CG, people are all about America, and we're pro-America, and that's great.
Yeah. I mean,
and that's fine. Americans, we're proud Americans. That's wonderful. But I think that I don't like it when I don't like to come across as I want people to like what I like. That's not what I mean. But it makes me a little sad when I see people close themselves off to even trying a different medium just because they have a preconceived notion of what it is. And I think a lot of people who grew up with American comics have a preconceived notion of manga that it's all hentai and it's all degenerate and it's all lolly. When manga is a medium, it's not a genre. Saying that you don't want to read manga because it's degenerate and there's lolly stuff. So if there's some lolly, then it's all bad. That's like saying you don't watch movies because there's porn. It's like saying you don't read novels because Twilight exists. It makes no sense. Manga is not a monolith. Why would you not try out things like Vinland Saga or Berserk or Vagabond or Akira because lolly exists and that's degenerate stuff? I don't like that shit either. I think that stuff's weird, but it's at the end of the day, it's an entire medium and it's not one genre. So I don't have to like exactly what I like. I just don't like seeing it bothers me when people close themselves off to it, because I moved to America and I've been slowly, believe it or not, I have been trying to read more. I read a lot of American comics for what I could within like 4-year span in college, but mostly what I gravitated to were the indies. I like stuff like Scalped and Lock and Key and a lot of IDW and Image stuff. Not so much superheroes, but I'm trying to read more superhero stuff. I'm reading Daredevil, Elektra. Vaughn's giving me recommendations because I feel like that's what I need, because there's just so much material. I need to know where to start from. But I'm open-minded. I want to educate myself on what a different culture's media is. So I think that's how you become a better creator.
And aside from just like manga, there's also European comics. You know, I love European comics. I mean, I love like Paulo Sepieri. You know, he's got Druno. He's also got new Anima and
I wish European comics were more accessible here, because European comics are so fucking beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Can't crack the book open, because if you crack it open, there's a lot of cracks.
I love it too. And like European comics are just a whole other story, because I think both Japan and the European market are examples of how a comics market that was able to evolve without sort of weird restrictions and like the Comics Code Authority and all this kind of stuff, and like weird Puritans who had a problem with it, and like all kinds of weird constraints that I think really plagued American comics. And I think it's I like seeing more diversity of genre. I think superhero comics are great, but I'd also like to see more fantasy, which is what I'm doing my series. I love to see more mystery, more romance, and all this bullshit about, well, if we want to bring in more girls, so let's just change superhero comics and make them more girly and feminine. That doesn't fucking work. What you should do is make separate lines of comics that are romance or for like shit that girls like, instead of fucking corrupting something that was for boys. There's nothing wrong with just saying that this was originally for boys and you should leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like, we need more diversity of genre.
Before superheroes, there was a Western, there was romance, there was sci-fi. They used to have that type of diversity, but now it's just superhero, and that's all people know. It's just superhero.
There's so much more than that, you know. And I think the superhero genre, I'm learning to appreciate it more, because I see how it, when it's done, I think after I moved to America, like every time I tried to pick up a superhero book, it was like shit that wasn't done well, because I came in right at the beginning of all this woke stuff. But it's really regrettable, because now that I'm going back and I'm reading other really well done series, I can see the value of superhero stories, because coming from an outside culture, I just didn't get it. I was like, yeah, I like heroic storytelling, but like, I don't understand why they're running around in tights.
Well, I grew up here, but the first comic I ever bought was Wildcats #1, but I still couldn't get into superheroes. I love when they did Team 7, Death Blow. I love like Hellboy. I love all the indie stuff. I've always been big in independent stuff. The first Ninja Turtles, Men in Black, all that stuff. I used to have all the original floppies from back in the day.
Yeah. There's just so much stuff. I need to know where to start from, but I'm sure there's good stuff out there.
Somebody mentioned Saria, and that's a great French comic. That's Riccardo Federici. He's at DC now, and he did Aquaman, I think, at DC, and he had a really great like fantasy horror book, that Saria or whatever. Is so it's so good.
Super Mega Punch Saria is amazing. I haven't heard of that one.
It's beautifully drawn. I mean, I haven't read it because I don't speak French. I read French, but And I can't get my hands on it.
This stuff is just, I got Weapons, or what is that? Well, wait, no, Travis Charest isn't even French. He just draws like
I have that book.
Yeah, I bought it because it was like, oh, this is actually something that looks like a Metabarons.
Yeah.
Or, it is a French comic, but it's actually available in English. Half the shit isn't available in English. I'm like, I want a comic store in the US that just has English versions of French books. And that's just because I want to read more, but I can't because it's not in English, but the art is amazing. And I don't know what to do. I don't want to learn French.
I think he was in Spain at the time when he worked on that book. And it took him like 2 years. And I think they fired him.
More than 2 years. I think they just shipped him out there and was like, draw this book.
Yeah. But it's my favorite, one of my favorite Charest books. And yeah. Fantasy.
Fantasy is good. Count me in. Well, I'm here to deliver. Jake has a good question. Are there what books that you know are available in English would you recommend from European comics?
A lot of the stuff that I'm reading is by do you guys know who Terry Dodson is? Terry Dodson did some book with Xavier Dorson, and he's got I don't know the name of the book when it got translated in English, but I have a bunch. Do you guys like Valerian? Valerian's been translated in English. It's really good. They made a movie about it where it was let me grab it. I'll show you guys this real quick. Hang on.
Yeah, I found out I saw pictures of the comic once the movie came out. I heard the movie wasn't that great, but apparently the comic was big. Just got made into a movie. Just learn another language? No. Well, I am learning Spanish, so there are probably more Spanish translations of French comics than English. So when my Spanish gets good enough, I'll just read French comics in Spanish. That's my solution. French. It's, oh my God. French is, I usually don't have trouble pronouncing anything. I'm really good at pronouncing stuff. For French, I just don't get it. It's like, why can't this language close their mouths? Like everything is, it's that your mouths don't close. There are no consonants.
You just had a small stroke.
Yes. No, I was trying to speak French. So it's like airport. It's not aeropuerto or aeropuerto or airport. It's aéroport. It's like they were, but they just like, don't close their mouths.
Sound authentic right there. I was like, oh my God. That's Jean-Luc.
One thing. I had a roommate who was Swiss, and I was like, teach me some French. And then she tried, and I was like, I can't do this.
Wow.
It's like the one thing I learned was, where's the airport? That
would be like
Bancroft or Mel's gonna come and like fucking kill me.
This poor lady's having a stroke, but she just wants to get to the airport. She's so stressed out. She's stroked out.
Yeah.
So here's a couple of books. I don't know if you want to blow me up here. I'm gonna show you guys some really cool books. Like, okay, so if you want to find like good books, good artists, this one right here, Valerian. This guy can draw. I'm gonna show you this artist, a couple of his books, but I think he's French, and his name is Matthew Lafray or something like that, or Mathieu Lafray, or however they say it.
Yeah.
But dude, look at this.
Oh my fucking God.
How they pull the camera back.
I'm gonna go into a cave and do nothing but draw for 30 years now. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, but you have to go in the cave to do it? I mean, that's...
Well, yeah.
These dinosaurs. Look at that shot, man. I mean, so he did another book. This is the writer that I'm talking about, Xavier Dorson. He worked with him on Long John Silver.
Long John Silver. Oh my God! I just got the Elric books. Have you seen those?
Yes. Yeah.
Those are. Hold on. I'll be right back. Yeah. Keep on showing people comics. I'm going to get my Elric book.
So this guy did another book called it's the Genesis. He did like a book called Genesis. This is the writer and the artist in there. But I'm gonna show you guys some art, man. You guys have not seen anything till you see this guy draw some boats, some pirates, some pirate booty. Look at this. And just the pacing, his frames that he does, the way he pulls back the camera. Look at facial expressions. Look at that. I mean, you can see body language, gestures. I mean, none of this stuff is stiff and posed. No Rob Liefeld stuff in this. Just kidding. No, it all the characters are loose. It feels like it's storyboarded. It's great pacing. I really like it. And then this is the art right here that the book we were talking about, the weapons of Metabaron, and this was drawn by Travis Charest and partially drawn by Travis Charest. But man, Travis did amazing. But you can see he's influenced by the European art style where he pulls the camera back. It's not a real big in your face panels unless there has to be. And that's Andrew Jordarski, that artwork. But let me see, where else is Travis? All right, show you guys. There's one page in here, man, that I saw Travis did. I love this. This is pretty. Look at that. Man, I mean, this guy, mixed media, it's actually all original, traditionally stuff, and it's all mixed media. I know some of it's like watercolor, some colored pencils. He did a lot of stuff, and I think Richard Friend would know more about the mixed media that Travis used. He was there, with a lot of stuff when Travis was doing it. Look at that. That's the page right there I'm talking about. Look at this. See, a big money shot when it calls for it in the script. If you overdo it, then you lose the emphasis. Hey, all right, you're back. I'll show everybody the book. I got the book here. Did you see you have this one in French?
Oh no, I have it in English. Why would I get it in French?
Look, it comes with the little bookmark.
Oh my god, fancy. Yeah, that book looks amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of great books, Spanish and French in the European market.
Yeah. This is what I was getting.
Oh, you got the whole box.
I got it's in this whole sleeve. It's fucking awesome.
I only own one of those books. Just one.
It's so good.
Wow.
That's awesome. Yeah, the art is so fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Hello. Whatever, doesn't really matter. It's Robin Reichs. This one doesn't have Reichs. It's a bunch of different artists. The one I like is Robin. There's one Robin Recht, some fucking German name. Bastide. I hate European names. But yeah, let me get one with light work. I don't know how to pronounce these things. But look at this art. I love how European comics, it's like manga and European comics are polar opposites, but they both work because it's like they've evolved in their own ways. How manga is sort of treated as, well, let's just quickly get it out every week, and it's focus more on the character instead of doing super detailed art. But European, I don't know why I showed that. There's actually a map, but you can't really see it, right? I guess on camera. But look at, here's the interior art. This is what it looks like. Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful.
But with European comics, they're treated like high art. I've heard that conventions or comic shows, so to say, in Europe are like gallery shows. Like they're like group gallery shows for comic artists. They're not treated sort of like it's not the same as our comic cons. And
God,
just imagine I was just born into the wrong place because I wish, well, that's what we're doing. We have the chance to change our industry, but I lament a lot that I wasn't born somewhere where comics were like something great and treated like high art, or something treated with respect. Because imagine just having this in every bookstore, or living in, I did live in Asia, and seriously, even now, there's a manga shelf in every 7-Eleven, and which is everywhere. Every corner store, there's still manga. The most popular series are in every grocery store, everywhere. Because it saturates the culture. These layouts are fucking insane. Look at how many panels too. I just I just stare at this shit to make myself feel bad, and then eventually hope I'll draw better. And
now that stuff
like
gets
this.
my blood boiling. Like I'll look at that stuff and then I'm like in the mood to draw. Like,
yeah, this makes like just looking at this is the kind of art that makes you just want to draw.
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff whenever I think sure it's the same for all arts. Like whenever you have artist watch, just like look at this, and any artist will just want to go, like I said, go to a fucking cave and draw for 30 years because this is inspiring.
And you know what's great too is like he uses black gutters at the right time to kind of like use the contrast against color and kind of create more of a darker feel and mood.
Yeah.
Whenever the scene's a little more darker. God.
So many fucking panels.
How many panels did he?
I know, so many panels. But European comics are printed bigger, so they can do. Look how big this book is. It's huge.
Yeah, I was watching Riccardo Federici, and he was drawing on a much bigger board than 11x17. So I think they have a bigger, since they have bigger format, they use bigger board.
Yeah, I think so too. Is that nudity? Those are boobs. I can't show that, but that's a nice page. Yeah, get these books. These are awesome. Titties everywhere.
They're so great they get their own theme song.
They do. Titties.
So
I want to draw.
Yeah, I know, right? Here's a British book that artist that I got.
Oh, Slane! Hey, where's Phil Diaz?
Simon Beasley. Look at that guy.
Where is Bisley's biggest fanboy, Phil?
My favorite is the first couple of pages. When you get to the first couple pages, he went nuts. Like his stuff is just great. And man, I see a lot of influence in CG. Like I think he's probably the most popular. He's the biggest influence, I think, in CG. Like I see so many artists that are influenced by like Jason from Unhinged Entertainment. He draws like this. I think even Plago draws like this. Dan Plago draws like this.
Oh, a lot of people are. So I can see, and I think I wonder if Dan Lawless is inspired by his coloring too, because it's really similar.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dan Lawless.
The coloring reminds me, and even the way Dan draws figures.
Yeah. There's so many artists in CG who draw like this.
Falte, this is if you can feel the testosterone levels rising.
I'm telling you, man.
That's what we're doing. Look at that fucking color use. Holy shit. Okay, I'm just gonna leave and just go draw now. I'm done. No more streaming.
Yeah. You guys feel like backing Dragon Rage now?
Right. Somebody's like, what about Dragon Rage, guys? No, we're gushing over other art that isn't ours because we're silly fanboys and fangirls, and
But now I want that Elric collection. I didn't know.
It's so nice. And now I have to get the other books. I have to get Valerian as well.
Yeah, Valerian's good. I collect the Long John Silver one by is it Mathal Lafray or something like that?
Something like that.
This guy. I've actually got the chance to talk to him via email. He's so nice. Like I didn't even tell him. I'm like, hey, I'm a working professional too. I just wrote him, and he started talking art with me. Like he didn't even ask if I was like a fan or who I was. He was just such a nice guy.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, speak of the devil. Hello, Boob Dan.
Hey. Yeah, Boob Dan.
He was just quietly watching us.
Yeah, Boob Dan.
Sup, Dan?
That's what I'm saying.
Dan the man.
Dan kind of draws in this style. Like, look at these faces, man.
I can see the influence. Yeah, I can see that influence.
And the camera angle. Look at the way this camera angle just moves. You know?
It's gross.
And I'm just like, dude, I wish. Look at that.
That's really good.
It's basically like the same scene from so many different angles.
Ugh.
I
Disgusting.
know.
I have to go thumbnail now.
So much talent with these guys. I know.
That's just go to a cave and do comic layouts forever.
No, these guys
Shit
are
insane.
These guys are too talented. There's so much talent out there. Yeah.
It's not a long time to draw.
It does, but there's nothing like out there like Fiendish and Dragon Rage. Doesn't exist,
No, it doesn't. Back this book now.
Yes. You back now.
Friends. You back now. That's right. I'm so glad that 80-something people have sat through watching us just gush over European comics for like 30 minutes.
Yes. Oh my God. I got a whole shelf full of them, man. We can go through it all night. I mean,
I want to see more. I want to see more stuff that I like, though. I want to see how, like, I want to know. I want to buy more books. I'm on a mission to fill up my bookshelves.
Tons of them, man. Amazon carries so many of them. It's a good place to go and get them.
That's true.
The only thing I don't like about Amazon is when they ship them, they come in these like little bubble mailers and no protection.
Yeah, they just like fucking fling them on your doorstep in like a fucking paper bag. I'm like,
every single one of them has
was this necessary?
The corner bent.
Only the when I ordered the Daredevil book, it was like shrink wrapped and packed in like this rigid mailer. It wasn't a Gemini, it was something else, and then tape. It was really secure, but I think it was a third party.
It's a third party, definitely.
It wasn't Amazon. When it's when books are shipped from Amazon, they just like this. I think they're used to like novels. They don't really cater to the niche market of collectors comics.
And then they've got the little note on it. This bag is lighter than any box.
That's not what I want.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's also not going to protect like a box.
Yeah.
Give me the heavy box,
We like big boxes here, everybody.
And we cannot lie.
We cannot lie. Hey, baby. Whee!
Yeah.
So is this page still in the comic?
Yeah. I just adjusted the top panel. I changed up her face.
Oh, okay.
To give more of a attitude look. I want more personality in it,
Yeah, awesome. No. Yeah, when that happens. He has a good face. Good face.
Thanks. Yeah, I've changed it just because I thought, I want better, more emotion. I'm really inspired. Like I was showing you those European books. See, I want it more like attitude. Like she's not scared of the person, but she's calling on the rage. So she's gonna have this expression, but she smiles like they're looking at her and they're thinking like, oh, you can't be a Dragari. You're a girl. You're this little girl. There's no way you're this person that can wield and master the ability of a dragon. And she's got master. And she's like, oh, call me little girl. I don't know. But anyway, I don't remember what the script was. But the script was,
I mean, I hope that's the script.
Yeah.
I think that would sell more books.
So she kind of gives a little smile, starts to transform her. You see her teeth changing, and in the back, her wings are manifesting. And
I like that.
Yeah. So I'm working on it still, and these are still kind of like in the works. So I go back and I tweak stuff. Like I'll adjust like little features and stuff, facial features. Yeah. So this isn't like, I'm not going to just go ink it exactly like it is. You're going to see some improvement by the final print.
Awesome. Yeah. Small improvements. Did I get an oversized hardcover omnibus? Well, the one I got is hardcover. Yeah. So I think that's what I got.
Yeah. You got the box set, the whole thing. Where did you find that?
I think he's talking. What does he get? Is he talking about? Yeah. These. Yeah. I didn't know if he's talking about Daredevil or these, but yeah, this is the hardcover box set. It is oversized. But the Daredevil one is also hardcover. It's not oversized though. What are you talking about, Vaughn? In any case, I like my books nice. I like getting them, waiting for them to be trades, and even my Berserk collection, I buy them when they're, the nice leather collected ones.
Oh wow, that's how I buy Blade of the Immortal. I get the leather bound ones. And man, Blade of the Immortal, wow, that's another book that, oh my god.
Yeah, that's very well drawn too. Hiroaki Samura.
I can't pronounce his name. I've never been able to.
That's his name, Hiroaki Samura.
Yeah, each time I try, people go, nope, not even close. Let's go. No.
I'm tempted to ask you to try, but I won't. Here's the end. Yeah, he's a traditionally trained artist, so his art is all kind of like pencil sketchy, and his color stuff is like chalk and watercolory. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, he kind of like a charcoal, really loose graphite. Oh, the Daredevil. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, see, I knew it. I knew he was talking about the Daredevil. He has like a laser focus for like Batman, Daredevil.
Oh yeah. But you didn't get the did you get the Frank Miller or the David Mazzucci,
no,
or what was his name?
The Frank Miller omnibus.
The Frank Miller one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's good stuff, man.
Berserk will not be finishing out like I think it will.
Well, what's his name supposed to take it over now? The creator of the guy coming out of retirement. He created a cartoon character, Calvin and Hobbes. He's supposed to finish Berserk. The Calvin Hobbes creator.
No, he's not.
Yeah, that's what I mean, I would say it's more than a rumor. It was like a press release.
How was he gonna finish it? Miura had assistants. Yeah. He had friends that were working with him on it. His team. He has a team that already has the blessing of his family to finish it. Why would some American comic artist come in and finish it? Like, what? I don't understand this rumor.
Yeah, look, let's see. Is it Bill Watterson? He's coming out of retirement to finish Berserk. Let's see if I can find that article.
Huh? I'm not gonna believe these rumors because they're Bill Watterson. That's what? No, they're already. His team has already put out chapters after his death. He already has his team doing it.
This guy, he also
is it a Babylon Bee article? Like, what the fuck?
He didn't deny it, but he this is the link right here. There's an article for it.
Well, maybe they were secretly really, really good friends, and Bill Watterson has a total different style that he can draw just like Miura. I could be wrong, but I think this is just one of those like stupid internet rumor things. Like, why the fuck would this just makes no sense? Miura already has a team. They're already continuing the book.
Yeah, I would honestly, I'd rather go with me share the article, but
that's bullshit. No, his team it's already continuing.
Yeah, I would rather than this, you know. But it says he's coming out of retirement to finish the book.
That is like, so I swear that it has to be some like 8chan troll.
I hope it is, to be honest. I mean, and no disrespect to the creator of Calvin Hobbes. I loved Calvin and Hobbes, but I don't want him touching Berserk, you know. And he claims to be the biggest fan of Berserk.
That's great. So am I. Nobody should be touching Berserk other than his team that has been working with him on it.
He says, when I got the chance to finish out this story and make a new name for myself as a mangaka, I just had to grab that 408-pound opportunity by the handle and take a swing.
Yeah. Okay, moving on from that bullshit. What the shit? Who started this rumor?
Well, that's how I feel about Disney is making a television serial version of The Goonies. They're taking the movie The Goonies and they're going to make a television show out of it on Disney Plus. And I'm like, don't touch my Goonies. Just oh man, like leave me Goonies and leave Gremlins alone. Like, don't.
They're gonna ruin your childhood.
Yeah, they've already messed up everything else.
I agree. Yeah, Bill Watterson should leave Berserk alone, but finish writing A Song of Ice and Fire for George R. Martin. I vote for that.
Well, they're also doing
Somebody has to do it.
They're doing more spin-offs now, more than just they got House of Dragon, the original, the Game of Thrones. Now they're going to go back and tell another story.
The Duncan Egg stories. Okay, here's the thing with the Song of Ice and Fire world. I'm not like opposed to spin-offs, like fucking get your money, George. That's great. The problem is the main stories where yeah, go make your paper, capitalism, woo, but the main books aren't fucking done, and I just want them done. Yep. And it's not like some fan entitlement thing. I think me as a creator, I have an obligation to continue delivering what I promised to my readers. It's just a responsibility thing. You create something, you should finish it, and if you can't, then you pass it on to somebody else who can finish it, right? Yep. And it annoys me that he just doesn't seem to care anymore. He keeps saying, I'm working on it. But clearly there's some block there, and he needs help, and he has a lot of distractions. So get someone to help him finish it, because it's just really, it annoys me, because I'm a fan of the books, and I don't think it's right. But I think the House of the Dragon and even the Dunk and Egg adaptations will probably be really good. And House of the Dragon was really good. And I think the Dunk and Egg adaptations will be good because the stories are already finished. Those were like one-shot side stories in the same universe that he already finished. And it's already done. We know where it's going. We're not going to have the same situation like Game of Thrones, where you just had these two numbnuts who have like the collective brain cell of a fucking...
Talking about season 8
centipede, just taking, like, they just go off the rails after you don't have any book material anymore, and they just like throw out a fart and act like they think it's the best thing ever because they wanted to go work on Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's already, I think it'll be good, but man, I want those main books. It's getting really annoying.
I read an interview where he claimed that he was working on those books. They were already in the works.
He always claims he's working on the books. It's like every year I read, it's been like, it's been 84 years.
Right?
It's been like
10,
11, 12 years since I read the Song of Ice and Fire books, and this entire time since I started reading those books, he has not put out. It's been 15 years. It was 11 years between the last release, and it's been 15 years since. Does he blame people for being like, "Are you going to finish this within your lifetime?" I don't like saying that kind of thing, but it's just what happens when you leave something for like over a decade between releases. Like, if you can't finish it, get someone else to do it. I think it's the right thing to do. Or just say it's not going to be done. Just like give us some closure, because I don't think it's going to be finished. I've made peace with that.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's just a big disappointment because I really did like those books, but I think it got sidetracked from the main plot. There was a lot of interesting plots going on, like Slaver's Bay and over in Essos, and even some of the side stories in Westeros. It was great. He's a great writer, but I want to know what happens with the main plot. And he was giving us too much insight into little side things. He wanted to elaborate and garden on all the other threads, when a lot of these other threads could have been supplementals or side stories, like what I'm doing with Fiendish. And the whole reason I'm doing like the 2.5, 3.5, there's going to be a 3.5, there's going to be a 4.5, and I'm getting other people to draw it while I work on the main books, is because I want to get this main fucking story done. While if I have extra material, I cut it out, I give it to somebody else to do it as a supplemental, because I don't want to make the same mistake. And creators have problems staying focused. A lot of people have problems staying focused. It's not getting done.
We've got so many ideas. I mean, it's easy to get distracted, with things, or to lose that enthusiasm along the way. It's a lot of work, So I get it. I get where he could, he takes a little bit of a break, but damn it, 15 years. I mean, it's a long break.
If that is enough time for a child to be born and raised and learn to drive. Like, I think this is getting a little unreasonable. Can I just say that? Is that okay?
Yeah. Like, that's what I want to expand.
I'm not being an asshole by saying that.
No, of course not. No, but I want to expand the world of Dragon Rage. I want to be able to hire more artists and help me expand. But you need backers.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Hey. Yay! We got a little more backers. Cheers! Should I break out the wine?
Break out the wine. At least we got one.
My Arkansas wine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there we go.
This guy's very grateful.
Yes, everyone. We have been here for like 2.5 hours, and we are talking about Dragon Rage: The Crown of Fire by Mr. Jimmy Reyes here. And if you like the discussion that's been going on here about comics and fantasy and complaining about George R. R. Martin and all kinds of other good stuff and talking about obtaining the essence of dragons or whatever the hell is going to happen in this book. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely awesome and badass. Look at this art. Just look at
it's like nothing out there. I mean, it's completely different. Yeah, look at that.
Doesn't this look awesome?
Beautifully colored, beautifully sculpted. Someone said most women's cracks don't go up that high. It's because there's a thong. The crack stops at the beginning, the base of the thong.
Yeah, the thong is going up.
Yeah,
that's fine. That looks totally correct.
Yeah. And especially if you got more meat back there, you're gonna have a longer crack.
Yeah, that is a nice supple butt.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
I approve. Hey. Very well done.
Side boob. Look at that. Side boob.
You got the butt and the boob in there at the same time. Yeah. That's what she said. On that note, I'm gonna go get some wine. Do you want to do another pitch for anybody who came in late? Let them know what Dragon Rage is about.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, Dragon Rage, if you go to the campaign page, it does have like a synopsis on there, but in a nutshell, it's a group of humans that are called the Dragari, and they have the ability to capture the rage of a dragon. So, and they take the life force of the dragon, which is the power, and they can consume the rage of a dragon. And the more rage they consume, they call upon, the more dragon-like they become, the more powerful they become. Problem is, the more power they use, the more rage they use, the less human they are, and the harder that rage is to control. So they can reach a phase where they can ascend, and they basically just become no human, and the rage is just loose, and they're a danger to everything. They're like a berserk kind of thing, and or like think of it like an evil Sith Lord or something. They become full of rage and all that. But there's a lot more to it. The Dragaris used to defend the monarch. They're no longer around. Somebody's hunting down the Dragari. Somebody's trying to capture the rage and collect all the rage. And someone is also hunting down the dragons, killing the dragons to capture all the rage. Somebody's either building an army of Dragari, or somebody wants to capture all the rage to build a weapon. So, but you'll find out in Dragon Rage, man. It's got a lot of great stuff in Dragon Rage. Great characters, good names. I haven't released the names because I don't want them to get stolen. I want you guys to just go, holy crap, like this is cool. This is different. Is that a corkscrew thing to pull out, or was that like one of those keg pumps? Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
Oh, fuck. Right, I was muted. Yeah, it was one of those. So somebody bought me this, and actually, I think I've used it once. It's supposed to be like an ultra easy, it corkscrews in for you kind of thing. So let's try using this and see if I can pull this off, or if it'll be a disaster. Let's go. Opening wine bottles.
Yeah. Remember when Rini used to have two eyes before that corkscrew took out one of her eyes?
Yeah. This is what's about to happen. Railway Winery. This is where I went to in Arkansas. Trestle 717. Look, this is Arkansas.
Made by Asian slaves back in 1917.
No, it was made in Arkansas probably just a few years ago. Red Table Wine. This was really good. We had like a little tasting, and I tried out, and I picked the one I liked the most. I should have gotten more, but I'll be going back.
What's the alcohol content on that?
I don't know. Does it say?
Maybe real tiny on the bottom of the label, maybe down there.
No, I don't see.
I'm guessing like 17%. But is it gonna be real bitter? Do you think? When you taste it, you gotta let us know if it's bitter or sweet.
I like bitter wine. So
that's
this is the one I bought that's bitter.
Yeah, it's gonna be higher.
Whatever the fuck you call it, dry, right? That's like
right.
Fancy term.
You have to be.
Right.
Yeah, you have to say dry.
It's dry.
I like it with cheese and a little bit of hard meat.
Oh.
Red meat. I don't know why I said hard meat.
Jerry! Why do you do these things? Is this working or okay? This is the foil opener thingy.
Oh. So you know it's fancy. It's a turn, not a cork. It's a turn screw.
No, it's the foil. I'm opening the foil.
Oh, it just cuts like a tuna
Yes,
can.
it is a cork. All
Oh,
right.
it is a cork.
So, okay, here's like this thingy-majig where, see, if you just push it, it goes. So,
Wait a minute. That reminded me of my dog every now and then when he's
what?
It's like my dog, whenever a lady walks by, I'm like, hey, put your corkscrew back. Your corkscrew opener back in.
Oh my God. Well, on that note, sure, we're talking about your dog. You know what? I don't want to know.
No wonder you have such strong arms.
Oh, that did work. I'm very strong.
This is your workout and relaxation at the same time.
Wait, it didn't go in far enough. That's what she said.
You are a hard-working alcoholic. You know that?
Actually, I haven't drank in like a month.
Oh, that's a lot of work just to get drunk. I'm like, forget it. I would have quit.
Okay.
Ooh.
I did it. Yeah, that was so easy. I didn't even have to twist anything.
Wow, I never seen
so many clippable moments. This is a disaster. Well, this is awesome. Thanks whoever got this.
How do you get it off there though? How do you get it off the? It just stays. That's it. You gotta buy another kit or what?
No, I'll have to twist it off manually.
Oh.
That is a little annoying.
There's a joke in there, but
yeah.
You have to do it manually.
It's fine. I think I've said like 20 things that could be misconstrued as sexual within the last 5 minutes. So, anyways, cheers, everybody. Here you go. I posted she hasn't drank in a month and wonder if she lost weight recently. Well, that might be the reason. We're about to reverse that progress, aren't we?
Aren't you supposed to tilt the glass sideways to keep the air or something?
I did. It's tilted.
Oh, well, it looks vertical. Yeah, one for luck. Lick the bottle for luck.
No, it was. It was like, why not? You know what? I'm not gonna say the thing that I was gonna say because that's gonna get
no wine wasted with Rini. Yeah,
holy shit! All right. Anyways, cheers, everybody. To Dragon Rage.
Yeah,
now
Dragon
let's go
Rage
back to the campaign.
To my one backer.
To your one backer, that is going to become like 50 now that everybody in chat backs this book right now. Right. Isn't that right? Woo!
We got the best chat out there, man. They're gonna back it. They're gonna be like, you know what?
Goblet, you guys. I drink with class. Okay.
Is it a dragon around your glass? Your wine glass?
No, it's an octopus.
Oh.
It's octopus. Ooh, this is strong. Ooh. Oh boy. It is very dry. And
you felt it in your toes when you took a drink?
No, it was like, it's like when I took a tiny sip and it's like, when really strong, it's my whole mouth is like wine taste. It is very aromatic. It's good. Oh my gosh, I'm going back here.
But you got that at the winery.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Woo. I do like dry wine. It's very good. And I usually, it's like, I don't even want to have expensive taste. Apparently I do, because if red wine is cheap, it always gives me a headache. But good red wine and stuff that I get at a winery, I love it. It doesn't give me a headache. This is my favorite. So either if I'm going cheap, I'll just get white wine because cheap red wine fucks with me.
Really?
Yep, it's weird. Yarenka V, I'm waiting for my copies of Phoenix before I back anything else. Oh. Hey. Well, they should be on their way. Oh, I need to post an update. We have like 500 something books left. We're almost done with shipping. We're almost done with fulfillment.
Yeah, see, so you can back now. Go back.
Well, I mean, I understand that people want to wait until they get their last books. And this isn't my campaign though. So I understand what, like, I want to fulfill my books before asking anybody to back something else of mine. But this is Jimmy's campaign. So if you want to support Jimmy, then I would hope that you would consider it. He does great work. But Phoenix we have like 500. Okay, there's like 502 books orders left to ship is what RJ told me over the weekend. And then there's like a huge bulk of Australia orders that were all going out together because Australia is complicated, right? So there is like 60 of them all going out right at the end. So yeah, it'll be perfect. I think we'll be done next week, and then it'll be just in time to launch 2.5.
And Jimmy fulfills, by the way, guys, in case you're wondering. It does say one campaign up there, but I had a campaign before under a different name, and
I have gotten a book from you. I got your first edition of Dragon Rage. It's technically like your second edition of the same book.
Yeah, it's a different variation, different reiteration version. I don't know. It's reimagining, I think. But yeah, this one, you guys have nothing to worry about. I mean, not even heart failure can stop me.
It hasn't.
It hasn't.
You literally had heart failure, and you continued trucking.
Kept trucking, yeah. Came back from that and still working away.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, Travis says he hasn't heard a word from Critical Blast yell. Oh no, poor RJ. You're knowing Down goes solo. You probably backed like 3 of the 3 giant stacks of things, which I very much appreciate. And you're amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, he's a big spender.
He really is.
He backed my book already. I think he sent me a message once. I think he said or he was planning on backing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
There are we are in the last stretch, but that's because last stretch as in we had 2,400 or so unique orders. That's what it came down to, or unique backers, which is a lot. So we're down to 500 of those.
Wow.
RJ does good work, man. This is pretty fast because it's been a month, a little over a month.
Yeah, he's actually done it pretty quick. I'd like to eventually, get to the point where I could use RJ. I mean, right now, it's only, I shouldn't say only, but it's only 530 backers. I could fulfill that in 2 weekends,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really not,
I hate doing fulfillment on my own. It's just I don't. I think it's because I'm too particular with it.
Yeah.
I'm like a perfectionist with how I pack everything. So it just takes me forever. And then I get really irritated because I want to be drawing. So I'm just so glad that RJ offers his service.
Oh, yeah.
I can just throw money at him and he does the work for me.
I kind of like doing that in between because it gives me a break from drawing to clear, flesh out the mind, doing something manual and then going back into the creative part of it, a couple weeks later. I
can see that. Yeah, I can understand that. Oh no, Granda says his copy of Fiendish has been in transit. That's international, so sometimes things get stuck in transit. Granda, I'll bring you a copy if it gets stuck or lost.
Or you might have to tip your government your
my
postal workers there. Yeah, because in Colombia it works differently than
Oh God, yeah, I've heard nightmare stories about shipping in certain countries.
It's hold it for ransom.
Mm-hmm. Even with USPS in the US, it's usually pretty good. But I had an order from my store that got stuck in North Carolina for a month, and I had to just order the same item to my house and then ship it to the customer.
Wow.
So that's great. Oh, Bonsley's gonna go read. You're gonna reread Fiendish for Fiendish too. Awesome.
That's the way to do it. Number 1 before number 2.
I saw somebody post. I retweeted it. Somebody posted a review of Fiendish 2, and I'm so happy. People have said they like the story, which is the most important thing for me. I feel like with chapter 1, I focused a lot on. Well, people keep saying they want action, so let me give them action. But it was I think I could have put so much more in, and I was also feeling out the pacing and the tone of the story as well. But with chapter 2, I know the tone that I want. I know how to pace this. And with chapter 3, I'm going to refine it a little bit. But I think I figured so much out of chapter 2. And I mean, I think it's great. But of course, you're always going to be worried about what people think. And people seem to like it. And I'm so fucking happy. So I hope people like it. And I do want feedback. Let me know what you think. And I think I'm very proud of the work that everybody did on chapter 2. I did my best, and chapter 3 will be even better.
That's a great thing about the way things are set up today with modern technology, with social media and everything, is that you get a quick response, and you get feedback, and you get to find out, if people liked it, what they like, and you get it directly. I mean, where before, you kind of heard about it at conventions, you didn't really hear much,
Yeah. I think that reader feedback is important. I think that's part of why manga is so important, because you know how manga is run, right? Now every issue of Shonen Jump, so all these manga magazines, they come out weekly, and every week they have a reader survey within the magazine, and they vote on which series are their favorites, and the ones that are voted lowest get axed. So that's like, nothing is more meritorious than that kind of competition,
it's
and that
American
kind of
Idol. Before American
direct
Idol.
reader feedback. And it's not, you can't do like a bullshit online voting because it's in the fucking Shonen Jump book. You have to buy the book to give the survey, to write the survey and give feedback. So that's why they're successful, because they listen to the fans.
Because it's the actual fans responding, where nowadays it's everybody who's got an opinion who doesn't even know the property or didn't even buy the comic or watch the movie.
Yep. You have a lot of people that they've seen like, they know like they read the Wikipedia article on a character, and they're like, this is like sexist. We have to change it.
This is why I don't watch any of the reviews on YouTube before the movie's even out. People are like, "Oh my god, I'm reviewing this already," and then everybody jumps on it, and maybe one reviewer actually got an advanced copy, but most likely they don't have it, and everyone's so ready to drop an opinion off of a teaser trailer.
Yeah, I mean, feedback is important, but you have to be able to tell when someone's just talking shit, because it's hard on the internet. There are people that legit, they just want attention, they just want to start fights and talk shit. And for some reason, comics are like this really controversial space where we're just making indie comics, but fucking apparently that pisses so many people off. Like, look at the haters that Eric and Ethan get. Weird. Just don't really understand it. We're just making comics, guys.
It's like one person's success isn't another person's failure. It's just, what I mean? You got the same opportunity. It's America. You could be out there doing the same thing,
Right. Well, I think maybe some of it is jealousy, but mostly I think it's people want attention. And also, this is very key, comics are the one medium, visual medium, where one or two people can put out a full product in a very short amount of time. It's not like games. It's not like movies. It's not, you don't need like a whole team and a huge budget. And that means we can actually create something new and change the culture. Look at how the writer's strike has shut down. All the industries that the writer's strike has shut down, but are comics affected? No, the fuck they're not. And novels are technically the same way, except apparently the novel publishing industry is bitch made, and it's been taken over by agents that are political as fuck. So that's not my problem. Here in comics, we actually have balls, and we're going to stand up for good entertainment. Thank you.
I was reading Granada comics comments. Sorry.
Well, all comes made by white old male, so it's understandable. Yeah, I like how me, Granda, and Jimmy all don't fit that description. Yep. Clearly, all comics are made by old white men, and that's why it's evil. Clearly,
I mean, like I get feedback. Right, I got feedback right away when the first Dragon Rage, when I was doing that in 2020, when I showed this character. People were afraid of the masculinity, and
what? Wait, where did you show it?
Well, when I first started back then, I was doing page one comics on my live streams. I would get people hating on it in the chat,
right?
Because of the masculinity in it.
Weird. Okay, I wonder, because so here's the thing. I actually did pitch Fiendish to other publishers before I put it on Indiegogo, because again, I didn't set out to be like, I didn't make Fiendish with the thought in mind of I'm going to crowdfund it and it's going to be a Comicsgate thing. I was just trying to find my audience and publish it wherever. I just realized, well, all these fans in this space really support me, and I have a huge audience in CG, and also they're not what the Wikipedia articles say they are, and it's not what all these other very political people over in mainstream comics keep saying they are. These people are clearly not Nazis and all that shit. So I'm not going to be terrorized out of associating with them. And they're nice to me, and they're nicer to me than anybody in the mainstream has been to me. So that was how I ended up here. But I did pitch Fiendish to some small publishers, and I showed I shouldn't say which publishers, but I went to New York Comic Con. That's why I had a preview book in 2019. I gave it to people, and I kept on hearing, this is good, but it's not really my thing. And I don't know why. I'm like, now looking back, I'm like, well, I have like a blonde hair, blue eyed guy fighting demons. So maybe they're like, this isn't current year enough, because they kept saying it looks good. So why didn't they want it? Was it
because
too manga, or was it like, holy shit, my main character isn't a fucking pussy?
Well, you should have had a scene where, you know, they were sitting in a coffee shop talking about some social media tweets, and you know, that would have been, that would have been great.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, even those scenes it's so dumb. And we make fun of those scenes, but it's the problem isn't even that characters sit down and talk. It's that what they're talking about is empty. Because I have scenes where I don't think there's anything wrong with characters talking about their place in life, the journey they're on, but you have to do it in a way that's interesting. You have to make the reader care about the character first. And I have a scene like that in Fiendish too. But I haven't heard any complaints about it, because I spend a lot of time setting things up, making people care about the characters, and they're talking about something that's very important and plot relevant. And like, I don't want to waste a single page. I don't want to waste any dialogue. And I've heard very good feedback about Fiendish 2, but I want to keep on improving. Fiendish 3 is going to be even tighter. I'm going to be even better with my dialogue and my characterization, and you're going to be even more entertained. And I don't think people in the mainstream have that kind of push. They're kind of like, we're working for Marvel and DC, so people are just going to automatically like us. So we don't have to push ourselves to be better. And anybody that criticizes us, they're the problem, not us, because this is a Marvel book. Why aren't you buying it? You must just hate that I'm a woman or something. But that's not it. It's because you don't have that drive to be better. You don't understand that a creative never stops growing.
Or they think that, you know, oh, I'm at Marvel, so I made it. I'm top dog here, you know. And it's like, well, things have changed. Comics have changed. Just because it's a Marvel book doesn't mean it's a top book anymore, or the top position, top job anymore.
It really, it doesn't.
Well, I think what people are striving for now, more than trying to get in at Marvel, they're trying to strive to be where Eric July is, you know?
I think that's where the hate, like 90% of the hate is jealousy. It has to be jealousy, is because they're like, you didn't go through the same avenues we did. You didn't go through the right way of doing things, because, okay, these people are not individualists. That is very clear. The people that are in, let's say, who oppose us in this whole culture war thing, which I know it sounds like cringy to say that, but I don't know how else to say it, because it is real. It does exist. I don't like complaining about it too much, but listen, they're changing so much of our media. It is a real thing. But their approach has been, let's take over institutions that already exist and let's subvert them and change them to our will. But because they don't put meritocracy first, what they do is they enter these institutions. They essentially guilt these institutions into hiring them. If you don't hire me, you're a misogynist. If you don't hire me, you're a racist. And they guilt their way into there, but they don't actually have any merit, and they just fuck shit up. And then they're like, why don't people like us? Oh my God, they must be sexist. Oh my God, and all this other shit. No, it's because you do shit work, bro. Or lady.
Yeah.
Or honey, whatever. You do terrible fucking work. And they are mad that people like Eric July and all of us in CG don't go through traditional avenues, because they see us as a challenge in power. And what I say is, we don't need to mash them in sales. That's, even though I think we'll eventually get there, 100%. We don't actually have to mash them in sales for them to be threatened, because what we have to do is prove that there's an alternative, that artists that are stuck in the mainstream can break free and you can have a fruitful career independent of Marvel or DC, that these people that are working in the mainstream who are terrified of all these activists and are scared of pissing off the Blue Hair Brigade and just stay quiet because they feel like their career depends on it. We're showing them that there's an alternative, that they don't have to be scared. And that's the threat. We don't have to actually be making the same amount of money. It's just the fact that we are successful and making a living. So That's what it is. And also, they can't be independent like us because they are collectivists. They infiltrate institutions. They don't have that frontier spirit of let me build something from the ground up. That's not in their nature because they're not actually creative. And we're doing something they can't do. That's where the jealousy comes from.
And then the thing too is that we actually have happy fans. We actually satisfy our fans.
That too.
You know, and
we satisfy many things.
Yes.
This stream has just been so many.
Well, going back to the interesting like dialogue and stuff you were talking about, I think like Quentin Tarantino is a good example, like where he in Reservoir Dogs, his characters didn't even have names. There was Mr. Pink, Mr. White, and they sat around in a diner talking about what had happened rather than showing it. But it was interesting banter, dialogue. It was great, you know, and you know, you'll never see SJW write something like that or in anything like that in the mainstream books, you know. Instead, we see Superman. I mean, we see, what is it? Superman giving, is it Batman a hug or something like that for being brave? What was that one? Yeah, there's one where like Superman returns back to the planet, and I think Batman gives him a hug or something like that for returning back. It's cringy. It's bad.
Okay, it's not in a cringe way because wait, Batman gives Superman a hug?
I think it's Batman that gives Superman the hug.
Why would Batman give Superman if Superman would do that in like a really bad situation, but also Superman and Batman aren't like besties. But Batman, why would Batman be like?
It's somebody giving
hugging anybody.
It's Superman, I think, giving somebody a hug for returning back to Earth or something like that.
But they're
the
not
chat
like,
probably knows more about it than I do.
What the fuck? They're not like characters can't hug each other. And also, by the way, I saw this thing online about like some crazy person, some blue-haired weirdo was like, what was it? Captain Kirk and Spock were talking about, well, Kirk just had this experience. He almost died. And then they were having a little bit of it was like they were having an emotional reunion, but it was all kept very under the surface. They were trying to like hold it in, be manly. And then they almost hugged, but then they're like, oh, we shouldn't because we're on duty. We have to be professional. And then this blue-haired weirdo was like, how could you see this and say that they're straight? And I was like, yes, they're bros. Like they think everything, they think like men can't have, especially men can't have bro relationships. It's like everything is there. It's a romance. It's not a romance. Like guys can be friends with each other. It's so weird. But at the same time, when they have to write anything emotional, they just completely fuck it up. I haven't seen this whole Batman Superman thing, but it sounds like you're saying it wasn't done right.
It was really, really.
Maromi says Batman gave Superman a hug.
Oh, it was crazy.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Why would Batman give Superman a hug?
No. Oh, Domo Vic says, Jimmy, do you know what the hell Dragonlance is? Yeah, of course I know what Dragonlance is. It's great. I like it. Are you talking about like are you talking about the paperbacks or the comics? But it has nothing to do with Dragon Rage. Oh, and by the way, for those that just came in, I'm actually changing the name. Dragon Rage is a placeholder here, but this concept I have, it's so unique, it's different, that I'm actually have a name that I'm not revealing yet because I'm still, trademarking the name. But it's going to be unique to reflect how unique this IP is. You guys,
all right.
Yeah, it's going to be something that I think people are going to go, oh, I get it, why he changed the name, and this is great,
Well, let's take a closer look at how unique this is. Let's see if we got more backers. You guys have been good, right? I've been drinking. I gave you guys a few rants. You guys should have backed Dragon Rage. You should have a few backers. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
I'll be so sad if we don't. I'll be so very heartbroken. Don't make me sad. I shouldn't be drinking too much, but okay, let's refresh this and see. Dun 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 dun. Did we get any more? Not yet. I'm sad. Sad.
Oh, you guys are making really sad, man.
Oh, making me sad.
Look at this. Where is Batman the hugger when we need him?
I know. I would like to be hugged by Batman. Not the Ben Affleck version though.
Oh no. So which Batman would it be then? Besides from
if you're talking about being a hug, probably Robert Pattinson.
The Robert Pattinson one, I figured,
Yeah. I mean, I know like the movie it wasn't, you know, I liked it until the end. Like the end was just like a clusterfuck. But he cute. So
I like
okay with it.
the tough Batman. Like he was a bit more brutal in his fight. Like they gave everybody. Someone says George Clooney in there.
That's fine too. Yeah.
Yeah, George Clooney. He was a good Batman. But I like the way the fight scenes were choreographed for the Robert Pattinson the Batman. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Team Edward, yeah.
I was shocked because I all I knew him from was Twilight, but then I was surprised he can actually act. He wasn't bad. It was just the skirt went to shit towards the second half.
Yeah.
It made no fucking sense.
Yeah.
It was pretty though. It was a beautiful film.
And what was her name? Lenny Kravitz's daughter, right? Didn't
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz. Isn't she Catwoman in that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. What do you think of that?
Well, I haven't seen the movie. I own it. I own them. I bought it in 4K. But I haven't seen it. I've only every time I get a 4K movie, I just pop it in and kind of just look at it real quick, make sure it all works. And I saw that scene where he's like in an attic or something. He's just beating the crap out of just like one dude after another. It's brutal. And I just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. I like that.
Yeah, I like the aggressive fight. You know.
Yes, I like the aggression, and I like the I just like the aesthetics of it. It was very nice.
No, I noticed like the movie was, well, the parts that I saw, most of it was at night. Now, when any of the day scenes happen, does he glow and glitter and shine in the daylight?
No, he actually doesn't. Oh. I would have punched the screen if that. I was shimmer. Dragged to see Twilight by my roommate at the time. Okay.
Oh yeah.
It was just a horrible experience all around because, first of all, we sat and it was like we had the worst seats. We were sitting in the first or second row. And it was when you're sitting that far forward in the theater, you just have to look up like this. So it was just a terrible experience to begin with. And I was like, this story is really dumb. It's just not my thing. I'm glad that a lot of other people enjoy it, sure. But I don't get the appeal. I'm not really into sparkly vampires.
Well, see, the front row is only used for BJs in the theater. Because
I blacked that part out of my mind.
Well,
all the people having BJs next to me.
Yeah, you're like, don't look left, don't look right. They're getting Dragon Rage. They're getting Dragon Essence. But what you do, everybody wants to sit in the far back to do it, right? And it's obvious. They're just sitting there with their head up like that. You're like, the screen, but it wouldn't be obvious if you're in the front row and your head's up looking at the screen anyway. Yeah.
Holy shit. All right.
Yeah, tips.
Well, I feel like we've heard a little too much about Jimmy's movie-going experience. Let's continue talking about your book. Is there anything else that you'd like people to know? Do you have a website for Dragon Rage?
DRAGONRAGEcomic.com. But since I haven't changed the name, I'm not going to hold on to that name.
Okay.
So Jimmy Reyes Art would be the best place to go. It takes you to the same place, and it'll tell you more about the story. There's a synopsis in there. There's a synopsis at the bottom here at the campaign. And Dave Philpott's the writer, and the guy's amazing. The guy's like Rain Man of writing. He of fantasy. He remembers everything. Like the guy brain can retain it all.
All right.
And then I go, I want this idea, and he goes, oh, that was in this and this, and I go, all right, scrap that idea. I want to come up with unique stuff. I want this idea. Oh, that was used in this fantasy. He's so great at it. And then so. He's able to filter, and that's how we got to where we are now, where Drag Rage now is something different and very unique.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's amazing. Created and drawn by Jimmy Reyes and written by Philpott. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, here's the website. I love that logo. That's a cool logo.
Oh, thank you. That's my family crest. A part of it, and from Spain, Reyes. Yeah, we have a lion for our crest, and so I changed it up a little bit so I can copyright it, make it my logo.
Fantastic! I didn't actually know that. That's really cool. I wish I had a family crest. I'm gonna go track down some ancestor in Poland and be like, "What's my Strakalski family crest?"
Yeah,
I bet it'll be something lame.
Well, you're like me. I mean, I'm a melting pot of. I have different. I mean, my mother's indigenous. My grandfather was German. My grandmother was, Spaniard, and so I just identify as Spaniard. I just picked one.
You just pick one?
Yeah. Well,
I just pick confusion, but that's fine.
Yeah, unless unless I'm at the casino, then I'm like, hey guys, my mother's part of the tribe.
Oh yeah. Just pick what's convenient. The good thing about being mixed is you can just like switch around depending on what's socially advantageous. That's definitely what I intend to do.
That's what I do when I'm in the Midwest America. I'm like, hey guys, my grandfather's German. He's Geyser. That's his last name.
I don't think people care, but okay.
Yeah. When I'm around a bunch of white people, I'm like, hey.
Yeah. I don't think, contrary to all the mainstream narratives, I don't think people actually care.
I haven't run into any.
How German are you?
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck.
I usually don't tell people I'm German. It only just came up once or twice. I think when, like on Ethan's stream, people were, I was like, no.
It's really common. It's like having English ancestry, and I think German ancestry for white Americans is second most common to English or something. I think it's just like, I know for my family, my side that had German ancestry didn't like to talk about it because of World War II, and I think that happened with a lot of Americans with German ancestry. They kind of like cut things off because of World War II. So which kind of makes me sad because I wish I knew more about that side of my family. I don't know that much about even the Polish. I don't know anything because I grew up in Taiwan. But yeah, it's a lot of people have German ancestry.
Yeah, my grandfather, my dad jokes and thinks, he was part of the Nazi, party. Because he was a German immigrant who settled here in Texas, in New Braunfels, Texas. There's a little community there of German immigrants that came in, and he met my grandmother who was from Spain, and then they had my father, and when my father was 5 years old, his father just disappeared. Just gone one day. Just wasn't there, and
the Nazi who disappeared.
So yeah, we're like, was he on the run? So he jokes around about it, but I don't know. Maybe it was
oh my gosh! Well, now that that's out there,
so
my very Jewish family was far away in New York.
But hey, we still get along, right? We got,
Of course we do.
Yeah, and so people ask me a lot of times about
that shit don't matter, man.
Yeah, but I can relate, like where you were saying, like my mom being indigenous, a lot of people ask me about details about her, and I'm like, I wasn't raised by my mom. I was like, I don't know all those details,
Yeah, same. Yeah, I didn't grow up in America with my Western side. So I don't know. I think that's why I like ancient European things so much, because I want to like find out more. Yeah. I have yet to do my big Europe tour someday. I want to go to all the, not just like, it's not even about ancestry for me. I just think it's cool. I just really like ancient. I mean, I like ancient things from all over the world, but I want to go to Europe. I think ancient Europe is fucking awesome. I want to see all these like old Viking villages. I want to see old churches, old towns, and like old Roman shit. It's going to be great.
Oh yeah. Flying feline. You're on my radar, flying feline. She says I'm a Metzi Gnomish Nazi. That's my heritage.
Holy shit. Well, if you want to support a Metzi Gnomish Nazi descendant, this sounds so weird. Holy shit. This is the wrong branding. But back Dragon Rage, everyone. People are saying my crest has a sword and dice. I like that. I
like the one where they said it has a wine bottle in it. Well, yeah. Someone said your crest is the wine bottle.
It probably is. It's a wine bottle with gaming dice, because that's that sounds more appropriate.
I like how you did the cup for the dice. You did this motion.
Yes, I did. Yeah. That's my enjoyments in life: wine and gaming dice. Yeah. So, all right. Thank you so much for showing us your comment, coming back on the channel. It was so cool catching up. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, Jimmy. Thank you. Thanks for having me out here and doing this. I think you do this for many creators, and you pay it forward. Man, I really appreciate it.
I try.
Really nice.
I don't know. I really just like talking to people about comics. So hopefully it helps, and hopefully, people will be watching the replay. So if you're watching the replay, make sure to click that link that's pinned in the chat and also in the description, and go back. Dragon Rage is only going to be up for a few weeks until October. So back it now while you can.
It's getting closer and closer to the final closeout, and honestly, Renee, I was going to say, I appreciate every backer, and we got a backer. I'm happy with that. I'm so grateful for everybody, everybody that has backed the book, and I want to say thank you guys for believing in me, and I get to create something, man. You made my dream come real. I've created something, and it's going to be tangible in just a few more weeks, and man, I can't wait. And I'm just excited about it.
It'll be great. It'll be great. You're fulfilling in November, right?
Yeah, fulfilling in November. So if you back now, you don't have much long to wait. So.
All right. Granda says, "Great seeing you, Jimmy." Yes, Granda is your greatest fan. From South America.
Oh, hey, yeah, man. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Will you do closeout? Do you know where you're closing out?
Ethan offered to do a closeout stream, but he's got so many, he offers everybody, so maybe it'll happen. Who knows?
Yeah, he is too kind. But hey, if he has time, that would be great. It would really help the campaign, I'm sure.
It would be nice. It would be real nice, because I haven't really had much promotion for my book, even though I'm on Kings through Ethan. Like we show it every now and then on Kings. We don't always show it. He didn't get to do the launch at the time with timing and stuff. So it would be great. It would be nice. It'd be nice.
You just have to find your audience.
Yeah. And I know he's super busy, so
yeah, he definitely is. Yeah, well, I hope you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do have to read Dune. I agree, Daniel.
Definitely. Yeah, I want to read Dune. I ordered it. I ordered the paperback, so I'm gonna be.
I have convinced you.
Oh yeah, subliminal. Oh yeah. See, you convinced someone to get Dune, but to back Dragon Rage. Oh man.
I tried. Have I not tried? And you're not entertained.
Yeah. Yeah. What I'm telling you guys, this book went under the radar. It's going to be a sleeper hit. Trust me. For those of you that backed it, you guys are going to have something really great that others missed out on. And they'll see once you guys are raving about the book.
I believe you.
Yeah, we got great things planned for it. So, you guys, it's money well spent, and I'm putting everything I've got in this book. You guys are gonna. You know why too? It's creepy is that at one point, like I had heart failure through the process of creating this book. I thought it was gonna be my last book. I started getting better, and I went, oh my God, what if this is my last book? It's got to be great. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be my best, because in case
that'll really push you, yeah.
In case it is my last book,
Holy shit! That'll push you.
But of course, it's not.
How crazy it is for that to happen, man.
Yeah, right in the middle. But it's not going to be in my last book. I mean, I'm here, guys. I'm a fighter. I'm doing well now. So, you guys are going to get lots of Dragon Rage, a lot of Dragon Essence coming for you guys.
Yes, you will. Oh dear. Well, looking forward to getting that, and thank you again, everyone who has backed this book. And if I may, I've got some stuff going on as well.
You were going to show me something.
I was gonna show you. I was going to show you something on the website. So I have a website, Jimmy. So guys, Jimmy didn't know I had a website, and he calls himself my friend.
I mean, I knew you had a website. I didn't know you had a store. I was like, oh my God, an Asian with a store? That's not possible.
The big old shop tab that's right here at the top of my website that I shill every single stream.
Now, so, are you gonna follow me around while I shop in your store and give me the eye?
Yes, I will, because that's what Asians do. I will conform to stereotypes. So for people who, like Jimmy, didn't know I had a store, And I also have an awesome website I spent a lot of time on, fiendishcomic.com. That's this awesome site right here. Go check it out because I have both Fiendish books out so far, Fiendish Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, up for pre-orders right here, over here. And Chapter 2 is on here with a new cover because after the campaigns, my campaign covers are all campaign exclusive. So I'll do like a permanent market cover afterwards. And the point of that isn't to get people to buy more books. It's like the campaign cover should be more valuable because they're limited run. So after this is the permanent market cover for Chapter 2. It's actually not quite done yet. I'm not done with the colors, but I just wanted to put it up on the website because people were asking for it. So you can take pre-orders, and this will fulfill when I do my next print run in February, along with Chapter 2.5. So I have a website and I have a store, everybody. So you can get Chapter 1 and 2. You can get the world map. You can get a bunch of prints, and also look at all this merch. Look, merch.
Wow.
Look at all this awesome stuff. Wow. You can get this hat that I'm wearing. You can get these caps. You can get a patch. Wow, you can get a bag. There's even a tumbler. I actually have the tumbler. Look at this. I'm just decked out in Fiendish.
Oh, damn, that is actually really
I'm pimping
nice.
over here. Don't you want to be pimping like me? Get this shit on the website. Go to fiendishcomic.com. Buy my shit. Thank
Fiendish,
you.
Guys.
Buy my shit.
Yeah. Oh, you have a trucker hat, or they call it mesh hat. Oh,
I do.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a bunch of. Well, I wanted to give people options because I realized I'm not like a hat person, but I've noticed people that are into snapbacks are really picky. They're like, I want the certain type of bill. I don't like the ones with the mesh. I'm like, I'm just going to give you guys all the options because people are apparently really picky if they like hats.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's another one. Look, that's actually Bancroft in Tampa.
Oh.
He bought a cap, so I just I had to put it up as a product photo.
Man, you got a little head. That cap is so big on you.
I guess so.
Yeah, look at that.
Well, it's mostly just Bancroft has like apparently he has a giant forehead.
He stretched it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm little. Not really.
I like that hat right there that you're pointing at. That one.
This
right?
one?
Yeah. What is that? That's the Finnish, the Hellion.
It's the Hellion
hat.
Arts. It's the it's my company logo.
Oh, nice.
Yep. It's pretty cool, right? I got cool shit.
It is. It really is. I mean, I'm not just not just simping here. I really like it. It's really good. I like the one that you and Bancroft are wearing because it says Fiendish on it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And like people are like, hey, that dude's Fiendish, Make people wonder.
Yeah. So here, see? In the back, it's closed like that, a few different colors. So I do like this one. This is the one that is behind me. And then you can kind of see it behind me right there. Oh, it's dark in my room, so you probably can't
see it. Yeah.
Okay, anyways, I do have a couple of them right behind me. So yeah, go check that out. I have a read the comic section where you can read a preview. Here you go. Look at this. I have a whole preview, a whole big chunk of Chapter 1, and I have like an about section with a bunch of other stuff as well. Isn't this cool? I did a great job, didn't I? I spent so much time building this website, so you should definitely check it out because I have spent like time and blood, sweat, and tears just for you guys. And also, there's a cover guide. Jimmy, isn't this a good idea?
It is awesome, but what was the percentage of wine in that blood, sweat, and tears? I mean, can you legally call it blood, sweat, and tears, or is it mostly wine?
It's mostly wine.
Yeah.
But also a lot of tears. It was like wine mixed with tears. The blood was actually wine.
I like this. I like this a lot. Your site is so well done. And I mean, imagine if you had friends, you wouldn't have all this.
Yeah, exactly. So this is why you guys want to keep buying my books, so I don't have friends, and I'll just keep on making things like this. There you go.
I like it.
Thank you.
Now you have a blog too. Is that where you give everybody updates?
Yes.
Nice.
That is. Oh yeah, that's where. Well, I was going to mention I have an announcement for 2.5 right here. A great segue, actually. So here is an update. I actually posted a sneak peek at the cover, but I've shown the cover before, but I actually show some interiors only for YouTube channel members and for people that subscribe to my blog. And that is only for subscribers, but here is some more information about 2.5. And as I explained before, 2.5, I'm going to launch it in like a week and a half. So it should probably be next weekend or the last week of September. I'm not sure on a date yet, but I'm setting things up. I have some more art to finish, but it's going to be like a real straightforward campaign. It's just going to be one book that like one supplemental book is 25 pages with, I'm going to have a little bit of extra content, but it's going to be a smaller book than the main books. People have asked about the price point. It will be lower than the main books, of course, because the main books, Fiendish 1 and 2, were both like 60 to 80 pages. These are huge books. Okay.
Oh
so
God.
Chapter 2.5, these supplementals are all smaller books. They're like 20 to 30 pages is what I'm going for. So price point will be lower. It'll be a real simple, straightforward campaign that I'm going to run until about February is the plan. And I'll have a couple of extra things, maybe some prints. I'll have trading cards as well as stretch goals, but it's just going to be the book, and you can get 1 and 2 as well. So straightforward. And that's what I'm going to be running until chapter 3 is ready. 2.5 is about Casimir's journey after he escaped his hometown, after his hometown was destroyed by demons, and how he overcame his survivor's guilt and how he continues surviving as a hunter's apprentice after the trauma that happened in Dorvo. I've been showing it to a lot of people. We're halfway done with the art already. It's being colored. All the inks are already done. It's drawn by Michael Rushbrook, who did an awesome job. And he also did a cover, and he'll have a bunch of other stuff on there as well. I'm actually the colorist this time. So I'm like switching roles around. I wrote it and I colored it, but it's Michael's art. It looks amazing. I'm sure you guys are going to love it.
Is that really his real name? Michael Rushbrook?
Rushbrook.
Oh, Michael Rush the book. Michael Rushbrook.
Rushbrook.
Oh. Well, that Asian accent, man. It sounded like Michael Rushbrook.
I know pronounce things good. No pronounce good.
Michael Rushbrook.
This is what happens. I mean, I already pronounce things weird. This is what happens when I have a little bit of wine. Okay. Yes, there's Michael's Twitter. Everybody go follow him. He does awesome work, and he was very pleasant to work with. So, of course, I'm still involved. I wrote it, at least. It's Fiendish will always be written by me, not because it's like, I think as a writer, I'm still learning a lot of things, but because I'm so familiar with the world of Fiendish, and even though I feel like there are things that I can learn as a writer, the characters are so familiar to me, and the world, so much of the world building is like in my head. I don't trust anybody else to do it. It'll always be written by me, and I have editors. I get a lot of feedback. I have people helping me, and I'm going to keep on improving and doing the best job I can. People really like chapter 2. I'm glad that people are saying the story is getting much more engaging, and it's a level up from chapter 1. That's what I'm going for. I don't want to just be someone who, I've been known as an artist, so my books are I'm just selling my art. No, like I want the story to be good. Like I'm not going to just waste all this time drawing a story that doesn't matter. These characters are real to me. This world means something. I didn't build a fucking language for this fantasy world for no fucking reason. So I want the story to be good, and I'm putting in my best effort. But anyways, I'll always be writing, and I'm also coloring it. And speaking of coloring, hey, let me show you guys. You guys want to see something?
Oh, and then oh, damn it. That looks, see, you said
So here's the cover.
That is such a great, like, collage. It's like a saga layout.
It's really good. So this is Michael's art, and I just finished coloring it. Actually, I'm not quite done. I'm going to add a little mist on the mountains to delineate the plains a little more. I got to tweak it a little bit, but
yeah,
it's almost done. It's like 99% done. And this is the cover for 2.5. This is the first time I'm showing it publicly. So I hope you guys like it. This will be launching in a week and a half. So if you want to catch this campaign and you want to find out more about the world of Fiendish and get this special installment with this cover that will be exclusive to the campaign, then sign up on the website, which is fiendishcomic.com. I have a sign up right on the front page, which let me go back to it real quick.
Michael,
I have email sign up right here.
Michael finished book. He looks like an apprentice. He looks like his style is like a lot like yours, like he's a Rini apprentice.
Did you just say Michael finished book?
Yeah.
We're tired, guys. Okay.
That's what I'm gonna call him now. Sorry, Michael. But he's very talented. He's very talented. I mean, how long has he been working with you?
I found him through the fan art contest, actually, for chapter 2.
Oh,
hold on, let me go to the gallery. Oh, wait, here's...
Because that cover's kick-ass. He did a great job on that cover.
Yeah. Here you go. He did this piece right here, and I liked it so much. I was like, hey, can you draw comics? And the way I write, actually, I did the layouts because I don't do scripts. I gave the layouts, but he did everything else. Like I just gave him
Miller.
I just gave him like fucking chicken scratch, and I was like, here's dialogue, here's some of my chicken scratch, and then he did all the art super quickly, and then he did the cover.
That's very racist. It's not chicken scratch. It's Chinese.
Oh my god.
It's Chinese writing.
What? What?
It's just Chinese writing, and you're calling it chicken scratch. That's just what.
No, I write in thumbnails. I don't give people scripts.
Oh no!
I draw thumbnails.
No, I was saying like you're calling it chicken scratch, but it was somebody writing in Chinese characters.
Oh my god! Okay, Jimmy.
If I have to explain the joke,
Jimmy is drunk.
Yeah.
Everybody. So anyhow, please go sign up for the Fiendish mailing list right here on the website. I really appreciate it. We're going to launch really soon. If you get signed up, I haven't quite decided what people will be getting. Probably a trading card, probably like people who, same as this. I don't know if Fund My Comic has like a secret perk kind of thing, because it's a little weird, right? I might have to do something like, well, if you sign up and I'll just match your email to your contribution and those people get something extra, right? It's I haven't used Fund My Comic before, so this is why I'm hesitant about making promises, but we are trying to build our email list. The email list is really important. So when we launch, when there are sales on the stores, and when chapter 3 launches, definitely next year, you'll get notified through being on the email list. So please sign up, and I will not bombard you with junk mail. I actually almost never email people. I email like once a month. So.
Do you know how long you're going to run the campaign?
Until February.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to print in February. Well, I don't know actually. I want to print around February or March. So that's the time frame I'm looking at.
Oh, yeah,
print around February. Well, go to print, but printing actually takes a few weeks, and then shipping. So March, April, probably like a March fulfillment is what I'm thinking.
So you're looking to launch like the 20th around there, September.
Yeah, like sometime like I don't have a date yet because I have so much to do, but it'll probably be next weekend or the last week of September. There you go. Yeah. I'm the one drinking, but Jimmy is a little drunk.
I got secondhand drunk.
Okay, all right. Oh God, it's the fumes from my wine is wafting over to Texas. But
yes,
I hope. Oh, here's the cover.
She's just handing it through the window. We're neighbors, remember, guys?
Yes, I am. Yeah, here you go. Here's the wine. Thanks. Take it. All right. You can be a wino like me. So here's the cover without the titles anyways. And here it is with the title. I hope you guys like it. So thank you guys again. Thank you everybody who has signed up on the website so far. And people have been pre-ordering the chapter 2 books through the website. So and people really like that cover, like the burning hand one. Everyone seems to really like that. And I'm so happy with that. I'm super happy with that. I really appreciate it. And I really look forward to showing you guys 2.5. And I hope you guys like it as well. Yay. All right. I think that's about it. It was great to stream with you again, Jimmy.
It was, man. You've been so busy with Fiendish, and
I've been stupid busy, and I still can't get everything done. It's fucking retarded. Oh wait, I did another cover.
For Fiendish,
John from Beyond is launching tomorrow. Hold on, let me plug him before I forget. So I did a cover for Black Tiger that's launching tomorrow. And everybody needs to go and make that launch awesome because John is great and he has a cover from me. That's the most important part. So go get that cover.
I haven't seen John either in a while. He's pretty cool. John from Beyond.
Yeah, I think he had real life stuff for a while, but he is now back. So, all right, let me reshare my
real life stuff. Man, if I could live in the Matrix the whole time, I would be that guy. Just like plug me back in the Matrix. I want steak and everything.
Oh, shame on you! Shame on you. There you go. So here it is. Look, there's my cover for Black Tiger. It hasn't been colored yet. I think like the colors will just be done at the absolute last minute. But it's kind of my fault because I was really busy and I turned it in at the absolute fucking last minute. But yes, it's John Hervey. This is Black Tiger. He has a sign up. If someone can post a sign up link in the chat real quick. There you go. Alex Ruby is already on top of it. Thank you so much, Alex. So everybody go sign up for Black Tiger, launching tomorrow. And my cover will be on it. Everybody go and make sure you're there.
Dude, it's badass. And the story wise, is it like two different timelines mixing? Like there's like Aztec and like
I don't want to spoil too much, but we do go to both the Aztec world and also to feudal Japan. It's different. It is like different locations and mixing, and Black Tiger goes to all these different, you
can see that on the cover. It's great. Like there's a story, you can already start to tell.
Thank you.
I like it. I like the mountains behind it too, though. You push them back there.
Thank you.
Who's coloring your cover? Do you know?
I have no idea, but I'm sure they're good. It's John's regular colorist, I believe, and his interior pages look great. His interiors are by Rod Looper, so whoever's been coloring Rod has been doing a great job. So I trust them, and I hope the color one will be up tomorrow when they launch.
Dude, I love your brushes that you use over the characters. It reminds me so much of like Pepe Larraz, Jorge Jimenez, like that.
Oh, I love Jorge Jimenez. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I have a folder of his art that I just look at. I'm like, how does he do this texture?
Well, you're nailing it, dude. Like those brushes and those textures you got.
I love his work.
I love it because we know they're digital, but it doesn't feel digital. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for, because there's reasons I draw a lot of things digitally, but there are ways to do it where it doesn't feel digital. And yes, he's going to be launching on Bancroft. So there you go. That's the link. Everybody make sure you're there on Bancroft tomorrow for the launch. All right. Thank you, Daniel. I'm glad you like it. So I think that covers it all. I think I've promoted everything that I need to promote. That's it. I will be back tomorrow for the creative block, and that's, I believe, on Phil's channel. That's on Phil's channel tomorrow. So everybody go hop over to Zay Comics Phil's channel around like 10 p.m. ish for the pre-Jack show. That is the creative block. And I keep on saying I'm going to do a draw stream, but I just do this whenever I feel like it. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but I'll try.
I've been wanting to draw with you. We haven't drawn together in a while, but you draw like at 3 a.m. and I'm like,
I know it's always in the middle of the night.
I'm like, I'm taking my second nap at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I have like a completely abnormal sleep schedule, but if I do one, I will send you the invite, Jimmy.
Yeah, I want to go and draw. Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'll happen. All right. Well, cheers. We'll hang out. We'll do a draw stream. And everybody, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I'll be back next week with another guest. I think I have Joe Sontag on next week. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys are looking forward to it. All right. Have a good night, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Where's my outro? Let me find my outro. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Awkward.